We're live!
Hello!
Hello.
Joke's on you, I'm just undead.
I mean, I have to go into work 7 days this week. I am also
Ow.
undead. Yes.
Yay.
I'm so sorry, buddy.
It started Monday, and then I have to go in for what is quite literally the definition of this could have been an email meeting because no one in our job has emails.
Unfortunate.
Yeah. The worst part is I have to be up at 5 a.m. so I can make it to that meeting.
Oh no. No, thank you.
Yeah.
So then you're getting the good sleep today, right? Right?
We will not be going too far into this session then.
I mean,
Just for sanity's sake.
I mean, this is basically my getting to play is what's going to give me my sanity for this week.
Let's hope so.
But yes, I have been cooking up ideas for 2.5 weeks ever since everything that happened last session, which, if you hadn't seen what we did last time, you might want to go check the YouTube. You just might.
Yeah.
Some things happened. Things might have escalated very quickly.
Nothing can go wrong.
I mean, I think we saw many things go wrong last time. I am also now going to be much more frugal with every spell I cast. Oh yeah, let's just meet 3 fucking vampires as a wizard, and then, oh yeah, your level 3s are spent, almost all your level 2s are gone, and most of your level 1s are also pretty much pathetic.
Though you gave a valiant effort. Like you really did.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, but now I have one of the most dangerous things ever. I have a paranoid character with prep time.
I mean,
J Frost knows at least one idea I have, and I have, I believe, his blessing and or his incentive. But why don't we start going down the line so we can get this lovely game a-rolling. Wiley, where can people find you?
You can find me at xwiley on Twitch and Twitter, where I play randomizers. I'm back to playing randomizers, but I'm not going to be streaming Tears of the Kingdom because spoilers and everybody else is doing it anyway.
fair.
Aside from that, I used to make music, but it's been a while. But I'll get
been a
back to it
while.
when I stop being distracted by Tears of the Kingdom.
Real
Okay.
mood there.
Yeah. But when I do start making music again, you can support me at Ko-Fi if you do so feel inclined. Zai, where can we find you? What are you up to? Assuming it's not Tears of the
Hello.
Kingdom.
So funny enough, no, it's not Tears of the Kingdom because my friend has been playing enough of that for me. You can find me here on Twitch, at twitch.tv/Zymisite, and over on Twitter at Zyminess. If you feel so inclined, you can also find me at Zymisite on Instagram too. Twitch, we beat Resident Evil 4. And I almost got S ranks in all of the shooting gallery games one day, and some of chat might have witnessed my slight fangirling when it comes to certain characters. We're just gonna stick a pin in that. You can go watch VODs, enjoy yourself. But I'm not doing that. I'm preparing, or I'm enjoying some Street Fighter 6 open beta during this weekend. Making it through Dark Souls on Tuesdays, and yeah, I gotta figure out what I'm gonna play next Friday, because no more Resident Evil 4, what do? That's me, though. Bob, where we find you?
Well, you're not going to be finding me anywhere for the next little bit because I have been in my editing cave for like the last week. Zelda, oh boy. But typically, normally you can find me on Twitch, Twitter, and YouTube at ShadowDancerBob. This coming, I don't know, Sunday, Friday, one of the two, I'm doing a Patreon exclusive one-shot, which one of them is going to be on my channel. My characters are playing an entire village. Things are going to be great and not bad at all. CG, where can people not find you?
They can find me nowhere, so that doesn't really line up with what you said, but we roll with it. you can find me nowhere because I don't much care for social media. But you can find me on various other good beans D&D channels, such as twitch.tv/fartingtart, where every Sunday we have War of the Shattered Sun, our ongoing long form campaign. We will not be meeting tomorrow due to real life issues, but we recently saved the town that was under massive assault, and I mean massive assault. We are talking Xenoblade dragons, armies emerging from the holes in the earth like it's fucking Gears of War, and level 17, I think 17, evil party members attempting assassinations. It was a time. And we're finally out of that. Oh boy, thank goodness. But that is more or less it for me. I believe Frost, you have not gone.
Yes. Hello, everybody. You can find me here on Twitch and Twitter at jfrost747. Streams are gonna be a little bit all over the place, considering shit's getting, more and more wacky, but when I do stream, you'll probably catch me as well as a few of the old goons playing some Valheim every other Friday, picking Skyrim back up yet again for the umpteenth time, modded the hell out of it. So as of right now, we will have a new run-through of a female orc warrior who, let's just put it this way, hits like a Mack truck. And I love her for it.
Do they
Other
unga
than
the
that-
bunga?
Her name is Bosom no Tachi.
Mm.
It is absolutely funny, and I have to thank Cole and Highrolled, as well as Hardluck for that one. But other than that, catch me over on other channels, such as twitch.tv/fartingtart, as CG stated, for our War of the Shattered Sun campaign. Gonna be held off for a little while due to IRL stuff going on, but we did save the city. Hooray! We got a month long of downtime. Things are going to be very, very interesting in the next coming weeks. But other than that, might be doing a one-shot. Who knows? I'll have to look up. Just to pass some time away. Other than that, just catch me on social media with my soon-to-be spouse in less than, 4 weeks.
Yup.
As well as cats. God. One of them is just absolutely my daughter, and the other one is just absolutely a pain in my butt.
Well, your daughter's in here right now.
I know, I miss her. Give her love from Daddy.
No, suffer.
Well, fuck you too, then. But yeah, that's enough out of my mouth. Speaking of which, hey, honey!
Hi, Pepe. It's his
Sure.
eye, spoiled chestnut, also known as Krista. You can't find me anywhere. I am dead. I am deceased. I am working a new job that is fantastic but very physically demanding. So I'm doing that, and in my downtime, I'm finishing the last of my commissions, which is still open, but I'm not focusing on that right now in my life. I am focusing on the new life with my baby, and all that that entails. So yeah. But you'll hear me in the background of whatever J Frost is doing. So, maybe you'll hear whispers of the crazy person that also lives in the house. Vaughn.
Why, yes, hello. You've already found me here at twitch.tv/BurnoutVaughn. You can find me on YouTube and Twitter at the same places. I'm trying to get things done, but I have also been claimed by the realm of adult responsibility and need to pay for food. So, as I stated, yeah, I just finished, well, I'm about to finish a week straight of going into work. So, that's why there hasn't been as many streams. There should be a stream tomorrow with me and Ittrick and Wiley, possibly finishing Neon White. We'll see. I've done the best I can to grind in what limited time I have, but I have been very, very tired. Oh. And eventually, we'll figure out the editing on those other videos that still need to be uploaded on YouTube. But luckily, so far, all of the D&D content is going up, and there might be some more down the pipeline. We'll be a while before we can announce that. So just wait. Don't worry, it'll be fine. Just wait. But now it is time for us to play our lovely theme song. So let us take that away.
This is a bucket.
Thank you for that,
Dear
Wiley.
God.
There's more.
Also, the funny thing that the gift that Zai dropped in call text was actually dancing in time with the music, and that was hilarious for me, and I had to not laugh into my mic.
Oh, you mean the kid being extra
Yep.
suave?
Oh. But yes, J-Frost, why don't you take us away?
All right, everybody step on the teleporter.
Not
Pay
again.
no attention to the
I
bread.
don't want to become bread.
Well, someone's about to be ready to die.
I have done nothing but teleport scarabs for the last 72 hours.
We are all full of tumors.
Wow, that sucks to be you. Imagine having fleshy bits.
I still
Come on.
imagine that's going to be the first thing that Nalox says after, like, he hears the message from Daedalus. Wow, that sucks to be you.
It sucks to be you.
I regret to inform you I abandoned the party 20 minutes ago.
I expected this.
The only person full of bread is probably in there enjoying himself at the cafe.
And Dare's probably
What?
teaching the cafe.
There's
I mean,
pizza
doesn't he have a
full of
work
bread.
shift?
He does!
But that's a diner, not a cafe.
Diner Niner.
Anyways,
Yes. Alright, let me get serious. Yodelehio. Last time on Saved by the Spell, our party had a time, to say the least, from rioting, smashing of certain people's faces, and of course, hooligan shit. Save for one party member. Who, well, there's going from the frying pan into the fire, and then there's going from the fire into the volcanic mountain. And unfortunately, that volcanic mountain had to be inhabited by 3 vampiric entities. And so, the party, having enjoyed their time out in the sun, getting some studying done, noticed a little bit of off-puttingness from one dear friend of theirs, and thus secrets being kept, secrets being revealed. What will today's episode yield? Who knows? All we can say is it's gonna be a bloody good time. So, we will be picking up with the fun little actions performed by each of our party members. We'll start by getting the... We'll get the big one out of the way. We'll go with Daedalus here. Daedalus!
Give me 1 second to pull up my weekly actions. I know what
I'm looking at it right now.
I am aware. So,
Jesus fucking Christ!
you put me in the middle of a vampire fucking conspiracy. What did you expect? You also attached a nano machine to my heart.
It's fine! You didn't die!
It tried.
Had a bowel movement, but, shit happens.
It also wanted to take over my mind.
Not your mind, your body! There's a difference!
None of them are good. We still have to have the conversation about boundaries. But yes, let's get on to, So, first of all, last we saw Daedalus, he was, in fact, screaming into his hands.
Yes!
And he was told that he would have to meet up with Morg. So, before that, Daedalus is just going to be explaining, okay, so you want me to spy on a bunch of vampires for a cult that's incredibly powerful and has eluded most of the faculty. Okay, I'm going to need some things, and he is going to outline those spells and explain the components and stuff that he needs so he can add them to his spell book. And this is non-negotiable.
And this was to Morg, correct?
Yes.
Morg? I will say Morg will have no problem with securing the components and everything else. So you will have some assistance in getting to that. He did tell you it will be just a wee little bit to get this information all the way over to you.
That is fine. Next, Daedalus is going to move down and be like, so is there a secure place that's not very well known on campus that I can use to basically try to spy on these individuals through the Securitrons?
Unfortunately for you, Daedalus, that's going to be a complicated thing. For you to spy through Securitrons requires you to be in Biblioplex's security chambers. And unfortunately, that is faculty only.
Okay, then moving on
However,
to...
nothing says you can't hijack one of them that's in repair. You just need somebody who's good with working on tools.
Well, I might be searching for one of those said people because Mr. Sweet is very bad at keeping secrets himself.
Mm-hmm.
But, moving down the line, at that point he'll be like, okay, then I need a place where I can be safe. Is there any way you can secure regular transit for me to Sloppy Oges? And also possibly enough money to rent a booth there regularly for, like, days on end?
Morg will take care of everything when it comes to that. As far as the Eoges, there will be a diner pass you will need. But he can secure that. But he'll hand it to you when he can.
Okay.
So do expect at least a package to arrive within somewhere between 24 to 48 hours.
Okay, then he will tell him to have the package delivered to Professor Naylock's office, because he can get in there whenever he wants, and that's a place where nobody will expect to find him. So it's the place that's the best for him to have a dead drop.
Fair enough.
And aside from that, let me just look down the rest of my actions here, because that knocks out another one. Well, then he will say, all right, where would you like me to meet to hand off this? And he will hold up the sarcophagus that has the finger in it.
As far as that is concerned, Morg is very tense about that item and says that it shouldn't be handed in any willy-nilly fashion. Morg will actually have someone come to collect it that won't draw any suspicion.
I'll be keeping it on my person. We'll arrange for a different dead drop at a certain time. Daedalus says as he Well, we're in a mindscape, so he pockets the mind version of it, and letting him know that it'll stay on his person until they can organize a time when it can be handed off safely, because he's not trusting anyone except for certain people with this thing, especially after finding out what it is.
Yep.
And then after that, he'll be like, okay, well, I'm going to spend an hour and 10 minutes before I start moving from place to place. And so Daedalus then sits down, and it's like, oh yes, how do I get out of this? And he just gestures to the mindscape.
Well, allow me to get Morg's voice. It's pretty simple. You just need to wake up. And... well...
Daedalus just yet again gestures. Drow, I don't sleep. The concept of waking up is foreign to me.
When's the last time you used the restroom?
Thinks back. 20 minutes ago.
Just think about having to use the restroom. You'll wake up without, any kind of motions to, like, the pants area, and he's, like, actually going to the bathroom.
Daedalus just visibly pales. Okay, and he'll do that and exit the mindscape, at which point he will prepare the last point on that. He will take an hour and 10 minutes, specifically an hour, so he can get a arcane recovery, because he's not going to be trancing for a while, and he needs some spells back. So, let me double check arcane recovery here. How many spells can I get back? Fourth level wizard. Okay, so I can get a 3rd level and a 2nd level spell back. Yay! I will do exactly that. And then, while he's doing that, he is going to ritual cast illusory script and write out a very long letter. Once that is done, he is going to fold it up, seal it with a wax seal, and then slip it under the door into Iaptis's room, and then wander out and just start moving from place to place around the campus for the next several hours.
Of course. Allow me to make sure. There we go. Got it.
Yeah, I also have it able for me to pull it up on my screen for the sake of chat.
Okie dokie. Alrighty. Is there anything else you would like to do?
Nope.
Okay. Then we will be moving into... I believe we'll move into probably a little bit of a simpler one. And Dare! How about you, buddy? What's your weekly action?
It's not very much. I'm doing an investigation on a particular juicy piece of information that I picked up under the guise of my alias.
That's right. If you wouldn't mind, please roll me an investigation.
Investigation. 15.
Okay. Good news. You do happen to gain some information on where the location of the shopping center, we shall call it, is located. Its location is over by the Archway Commons area. Specifically down towards the Starlights Temple. 5th pew, right underneath. There is a lever you find.
And I take it that this will get me to said location.
Correct.
I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to give my associate that has been oh so kind and willing 35 gold for their time.
They nod. And thank you for your patronage. They do, however, give you a warning. This market, even though it is on all campuses, do not engage in hostilities here. Any hostile actions are to be settled outside of market.
Given that the Securitrons have literally torched students here, I highly doubt that I'm going to want to try to do any kind of hostilities inside of that place. Especially if it's every campus that has influence there.
Mm-hmm. And as
And
far as that second part that I'm reading
Mhm.
up, your experimentation, please roll me your culinary capability. I want to see.
Okie doke. And I'm going to use my Keyword's spice pouch as well.
Oh, of course.
That's a nat 20.
Of course. You will be able to create the new candy. And it is absolutely sweet.
And I take it that it's going to work better than that hogwash that I was given by Belky and Etimony.
It will.
Keep a little pouch for myself, and then I will donate the rest of it. How much does it cost me to create for the food materials and spell casting components to actually make this batch of candy?
What is your current financial situation, if you don't mind me inquiring?
I'm not struggling for money. I have 130 platinum and 144 gold after the donation.
Okay.
I additionally also have 800 gold worth of tinkering materials and 800 gold worth of food.
I'm going to say with this, at least 200 gold.
Okay.
Just for all the material and work. Because of your ability to get this on the first try, it saved you a ton.
Okay.
The 13 actually would have costed you about an extra 0 added on to that. Would have been 2,000.
Right, and this is basically unlock the ability to be able to make this in the future, correct?
Mm-hmm. Correct.
Okay.
So if you would like, make sure you keep a little bit of a note on what culinary creations you have at your disposal.
Absolutely. I will make sure to keep a list of the magical stuff.
Alrighty.
And being the hospitable, generous, upstanding young cat that I am, I'm going to donate the lion's share, or the lynx's share, so to say, to the local medical center.
They will greatly accept it. With open arms, and they will have this as a standby remedy.
Figure that I expect that the medical center is a lot more natural healing than magical healing, and a lot of the magical healing is in like the temples and so on and so forth. So I figured that this would be a good addition, and it potentially gets me more social standing, which I like.
Of course.
And it doesn't exactly help. It doesn't exactly hurt that I'm looking good for the Harangon nurse.
No. In fact, if you wouldn't mind, please roll me a charisma check.
Haha, 17.
It gets you pretty good. In fact, it gets you good enough to get a wink.
And Dare will simply give a little bit of a grin, wink back, and disappear off to his business and continuing his work, his studies, so on and so forth. And that ends my weekly action.
Alrighty. Well, if that ends your weekly action, we will move on to Goldblum.
I am just casting plant growth within range.
That's no problem. You will get double the yield of what you
Now-
needed.
How big is this campus overall? Is half a mile close enough to reach Iapetus's room from Goldblum's room?
Oh yeah, no, that you would easily make that.
Aren't we all in the same dorm?
All except for two of you, and that's Antimony and Belky. They have their own little dormitory area.
Yeah, I think us first years were put in the same dorm.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Plant growth.
So, plant growth is gonna go big.
It's the 8-hour version, so yes.
Okay.
We get our special flower, and anybody growing pot gets more pot.
No problem. There will be definitely an uptick in the growth. I will say you'll also notice that there is an upgrowth within certain potting areas. In fact, I'm actually going to have to ask a question here. Ender.
Yes.
You wouldn't happen to have some of your spices growing in plant areas, like potted areas, would you?
Probably. I'd also definitely have that that small plant that Daxter gave me. fish gill.
Congratulations. That's gonna double up. So everybody will see a large growth within their resources.
I just
Oh, that's
imagine
going to
the
be real interesting.
I just imagine the side of the dorm is just looks like Kudzu like just starts retaking civilization now.
Yeah, it's funny you mention that, because there actually is a small kudzu little thing that was growing in some of the druids' rooms. It's now overtaking their rooms.
I'm also curious
Question.
how that affects Fey plants.
Does plant growth
Good
stack?
question.
Like if I
Let me roll
recast
for that.
it.
Give me a
Oh
second,
god, I'm
actually.
about to have a feed me Seymour moment.
Hold on. I need to... Where's that D10? 1, 2, 3, 4. There we go. High or low, Sai? High or low?
No, I said hi,
Oh, I
comma,
didn't hear
why
that.
not?
Yeah, Discord ate you. You didn't make any sound.
Damn. Bad Discord.
It is not affected, unfortunately.
Oh,
I'm sorry, it was a 47 on the die.
that's okay.
J Frost.
Yes.
The spell description doesn't say that it doesn't stack effects. So could I do that like every day?
You could, actually.
Suddenly real glad I'm no longer in the dorms.
Mhm. And at this point, many of the druids are now being swamped by kudzu. But nothing too bad. Anything else you would like, good sir Goldblum?
No, that's it. Keep it simple.
Alright. We shall move on to Belky.
Hey, boss, what's up?
Belky, what was your weekly actions that you wanted to perform?
Oh, just keeping a certain little nerd company.
Okay. I'm reading through this. Making some Now, I'm going to ask you this.
Yeah.
If you're wanting to do the planting, I would need both either you or Iapetus to roll for this.
Okay.
So I will.
Well, Iapetus has to do it, not me.
Yeah.
So we are planting the. So
Did
should we
we
like
ever
activate
decide
the
on the
thing
creature?
first?
Well, first and foremost, I want to know how you both plan on doing this. This will be kind of like a planning stage for the two of you.
Okay. Well,
I also have the important question of, did we ever decide with Salas and Goldblum what the creature, the familiar, was going to be? 'Cause we were trying to figure that
That's
out.
up to you four. I will let you all discuss this right now if you wish.
Titan.
Just so that way the matter is settled and we can get that when we move into Iapetus's weekly action.
Sure. Alrighty, so what did we have last time? I think it was like either
Titan.
leaving it as a cat, no insects apparently.
like
think
I said,
someone
he
said
liked bats, didn't he? So he wanted a bat or like an owl, maybe.
The owl will set off alarms for Lucy. He's working on it, but
Alright.
if there's suddenly an owl in his room,
Titan, get
that'd
down.
be a bad time.
Off. Hold on. Sorry.
Do you think?
Ah! Get off.
Ah, there's the little shit stain.
Down.
You know, if you think
Thank you.
about it, wouldn't Drow
Sorry.
be very familiar with bats? Because underground, darkness.
You're gonna cause some trouble now.
You know, it's funny you mention that.
Or
Would make
someone makes
sense.
a mess.
Like, I think that's a good idea.
A bat? Yeah. So I will
what-
take the amethyst shard that I got from Goldblum and insert it into the orb and go, all right, I need you to be a bat, buddy. Come on.
The orb, as you insert the amethyst crystal, the crystal begins to energize. And a door kind of shuts on that entrance hole for this crystal. And you watch as this metallic spheric orb begins to twist and turn, almost like a circular Rubik's Cube, until eventually it takes the form of a bat. Mechanical,
Mm-hmm.
mind you.
Oh, he's got little purple eyes. I gave him a little pat on the head.
Cutie.
Well, he's cute. All right, buddy. We're gonna need some help. You got a job to do. And I hand him over to Iapetus.
Oh, alrighty. So, and she's looking at it. So you're gonna help keep an eye on my brother. Think you can do that?
As it just nods its head.
Ah, good job. And she will like scritch the top of its head, even though it's mechanical.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we'll accept it.
So I guess, are we still? Are we in Belky's room? I guess, or are we like?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay,
I
cool.
would say you would be in Belky's room. We were actually going to save you for last, as you kind of have a huge thing that you're going to be enacting upon. If you would not mind me saying that.
I don't mind that at all. Do you
Alrighty.
think?
Well, that will leave our second to last. Salus, your weekly actions. You want to intentionally do nothing.
Correct. Salus gets the feeling that they are under suspicion and under scrutiny, as well as Daedalus is somehow involved. He's going to do his best to not look suspicious. He's going to move, he's going to study, do normal student life, while occasionally keeping an eye out for where Daedalus is going.
I would ask that you perform two things for me. The first is a deception check with advantage, because you are basically just doing your normal duties.
Alright,
You have advantage.
20.
Perfect. You're not going to be arousing a whole lot of suspicion. The second, if you wish to keep tabs on Daedalus's locations and where he's going to, I would ask that you roll me a stealth check. I will say you will... I'll give you advantage on this because you're basically keeping up an appearance.
22.
All right. No harm, no foul.
Very similar rolls in both instances. But
But
yeah,
yes,
other than
there's
kind of keeping
no
track.
problem whatsoever with this. In fact, you're basically keeping up such a standard appearance. No one's gonna give you grief over anything.
Excellent.
With that, we will move on to finally Iapetus. Iapetus, if you are wishing to enact upon this, which will probably be a little bit after leaving Belky's room and dormitory, you're wanting to. How do you want to plant the bat on your brother?
Well, is this like a regular size bat or
Like a small
ki-
handheld. Like a small hand bat. Like, it's not like tiny, like, like,
So like a fruit bat size.
yeah, like a fruit bat.
Got you. Okay, so we're talking like little
Fruit bats are
beetle-
like the wingspan is like 5 feet, so like
Okay.
maybe
So we're
not a
talking
fruit
like
bat.
a Beetleborg morpher or something
a
like that.
small bat.
Yeah, I know there are bat species that are only about the size of the palm of your hand. I just can't remember
Yeah.
what it's called. I know they're little. I know they got little red fur and it's cute.
Okay,
Yeah.
we'll say it's about the size of a little brown bat. Scientifically named the Myotis lucifugus.
Okay, so I got a teen little bat, and just to refresh my memory, what is it actually like capable of doing? So like if I managed to put this on my brother in some way, shape, or form, and he was in trouble, would it be able to like come back to let us know?
Basically, it acts as a familiar, so long as it still has hit points. If the mechanicalized familiar drops to 0 hit points, it will revert back to its orb form.
So then, Iapetus, if she encounters her brother that night, because I'm assuming this is all the same day. If she encounters her brother that day, she'd actually present it to him in a matter-of-fact manner of, oh well, hey, I'm not sure what's going on or how you're feeling, but saw that the folks and we saw this, and I thought you might find it interesting or might find it cute.
Well,
Since
I was gonna say we should actually just have the better question. Daedalus was basically trying to like piece out of there without anyone noticing. So did she get me before I left?
yeah, that's why I'm like, if I see him.
I'm going to say... That's a tough one, actually.
Because otherwise she would just put it in his room, but I don't know if it needs to like see him physically to recognize him as someone it needs to be with.
I'm probably gonna say this. Because it's a mechanized familiar, so long as one of you can drum up a image of what your brother looks like, if anyone even has to say, like, the minor illusion spell or something, or even a photo, it's easy.
That would be on Iapetus because Belky doesn't have anything like that.
Yeah, and I think Salus was the one who had like make an illusion out of something. I can assume as a family we'd have a photo of each other,
Yeah, I would have...
but
I'm gonna say you would have a photo of the entire family, so easy enough for your brother's portrait.
I've been trying to get the funds together to have an actual like in-game family portrait done, but money is tight.
Let's be real. Iapetus has a photo of Daedalus on hand just so she can go, have you seen him? Have you seen him?
Have
Where
you
is
seen
he?
Have you
this
seen
drow?
this child?
Oh god, your sister would definitely have photos to slap on milk cartons.
Okay, so then I guess, especially given at this point, this is after the game and everything, she's probably just gonna head back to her room, since it's late enough, and knock on his door, or I guess approach our shared bedroom door. But I guess if she did that, she'd end up stepping on the letter.
Correct.
So then, yeah, she'll approach the door, and as she's gonna knock on it to see if he's there, she'll, I guess, see the letter on the floor.
Yep, especially considering the fact that you have pretty decent passive perception.
Yeah, it's not too bad.
Yeah, so we can bring up the letter for everybody.
Well, I only have it coded so it'll show up for Zai for the sake of reading, and I can also put up on stream. There we go.
Alrighty. Well,
Do you know how I'm able to see it? Because
It'll
I
be-
can't see it right now.
If you go into where you would pull up your character sheet, it'll be the top thing. It should be a little like blue piece
yeah,
of paper.
it'll be up.
Oh, I see it.
Yeah.
Alrighty, so do you want me to read it aloud, Vaughn, or do you want to read it in your voice? What do you prefer?
How about you read it, since you haven't got on a chance?
Yes.
Okay.
I would appreciate that.
Dear Iapetus, I wish I could tell you everything, or even tell you this face to face, but I've become a pawn in a dangerous game, and as a result, I have put most of our friends in danger, and I won't do that to you. The best I can do is warn you, as if I say too much, I'll bring you into this, or further endanger our friends. What I'm about to say hurts my soul because I know how it will wound you as deeply, if not more than will it me. And by doing so, it's the only truth that up to now I would never deny. But it must be this way when I tell you this above all else. You cannot tell anyone you are my sister. You cannot let anyone know we are related in any way. I am a stranger to you, and you can't be seen near me. And by just uttering Salus, Belky, and Goldblum's names, I have put them in a greater danger than we could ever imagine. I think back to the times when we almost lost Indare, and how powerless I felt in those moments when I thought I might lose something as precious as just one person who accepts me the way you do. But not even with all the powers of the Weave, or with all the knowledge on all the planes, could I fathom the depths of my despair, should my mistakes make it so that I could never see you again. She's gonna pause there for a moment. God damn it, Lucy, what did you do? I know now, even as you read this, you will try to fight me. You will track me to the ends of the earth and try to make me reconsider, or to try and join me in this web I am ensnared. You've looked after me almost our entire lives. Now it's my time to return the favor and ensure your safety. Drow are born to webs, and I will not be a fly within this one. I'm not alone. In fact, I have an ally closer to me than I can even now properly explain, as well as powerful allies at the ready. Listen closely to these instructions and keep yourself and our friends safe. Never let Belky, Salus, or Goldblum go anywhere alone. And never go anywhere alone at night. Keep your eyes, ears, and nose open. If you see the same person or group outside of class more than twice, or within eyesight for more than an hour, leave. If they continue to follow discreetly, note down their college, appearance, year, whatever you can without speaking to them. Slide any note with these details under Professor Naylock's office door in the Silver Quill Teacher's Building Room, 209. Avoid any third-year Lorehold students wearing suits. Do not run, but get away as fast as you can. If you see a third-year Lorehold prefect in a suit that looks like something Mother would wear to buy out an entire dwarven mine, or hear someone say the name Mr. Sweet, run. Run as fast as you can. Find Professor Morg or Professor Shrub. If you are ever in danger and you have no good recourse, find a Securitron and shout the name Perdix. Perdix? Perdix as loud as you can while saying you're in danger. This is the best way I can think to help you. I will do everything I can to make sure you all are safe. This is all I can do for now. I wish I could do more. I wish I was more powerful. I wish that my damned curiosity hadn't made me stumble into the hands of monsters. But most of all, I wish I'd hugged you for even a second longer, and I wish I never lied to you. Maybe that's why one of the most powerful spells one can learn is simply wish. I love you, sister. Daedalus. Burn after reading. She's laughing at the last line of that, but like she's in tears because she now realizes he's probably not in his room. Fuck.
So what do you do, Iapetus?
It's still the same day. Shit. First, before she burns it, she's going to copy down a few things in her like own book that she needs to be able to recall in order to tell it to the others. There's no way he'd just not show up at his room anymore. He's gonna have to stop through here at some point. For nothing more than to keep up appearances. Shit. Alright. She's gonna hold up the, bat. I need you to stay in his room. And she's gonna take out a little picture that she has. For flavor, we'll just say it's a picture that she has of them, of both him and her on like a little locket, but it's her as a puppy. And so she's gonna say, I need you, points to not the dog, but to him. I need you to look after him and let me know if he comes into the room. Either let me or, you remember the redhead I was with a moment ago, kinda?
It nods.
Find me or find her. And she'll know to most likely find me, okay?
Nods again.
She'll open Lucy's door since she's pretty much positive that he's not in there, and they wouldn't have locked that door between each other anyway. And she's going to put the bat at the top of his mattress since he had it upright. And she's going to take this moment to look around the room a bit more thoroughly than she did last time, while still holding the letter. Does she see anything that she might not have noticed before when we were in his room after Marcus left?
Not necessarily.
Alright. Okay. So then I need to go find the guys. I need to go back. I need to do a lot of things. I think most importantly, I need to go back and let the others know. Okay. All right. Backtracking. And she's actually going to essentially try to round up Salas, Goldblum, and Belky, since those were the names that were specifically mentioned, so that she can try to relay all of this. She's not going to burn this letter yet in case she needs to reference things, but she is going to fold it and put it somewhere safe on her person where no one would necessarily look.
Okay.
And yeah, she's been given information that changes her plans a little bit. So she needs to go let her friends know.
Okay. You will go
Also,
seek
Vaughn,
out
holy
friends.
shit. Well done with that letter. I have the sniffles.
Aww.
I told you. When I wrote it, I nearly cried myself while thinking in character. Might also have helped that I get emotional when I'm also drinking and it was a long day after work.
Oh, Lord.
Aww. Alrighty. Iapetus, you go to seek out your classmates.
I'm assuming it's the same, since it's still the same night, that they're probably all at their dorms.
I will say yes. Though it will be quite late by the time you will.
She's gonna be aware of the fact that she's interrupting most likely some of them resting, but they've never also seen her show up at their doors this late at night, with the exception of when Naylock was gathering us up, although Belky wasn't there for that. So hopefully they'll be able to tell it's serious business. Anyone looking, if they choose to inspect it, might be able to tell that she was crying, but she's not gonna be obvious.
I will say at this point, if any of you wish to, here, let me ask you the actual question. Where are you hoping to meet everybody? Are you gathering them all one by one, or are you just wanting to meet each person one at a time?
So if I can, I guess the best approach to this would be Belky is the one who's the furthest away location-wise from all of this. So I'd probably physically retrieve her, but while I'm on my way to do so, if I'm in proximity to Goldblum and Salas's dorms, I'd be shooting messages to them to let them know, hey, meet me back at my room. It's important.
Okay.
That way I could save time both in-game and above game.
It will not take you completely long. You do manage to get everybody that you wish to speak up to, namely Salas, Goldblum, and Belky. I assume this conversation will be held within your room, correct?
Yes.
Alright, feel free.
Alright, guys. I'll try to keep it simple and sweet. I'm sorry for waking you guys up. So Lucy is in deeper shit than, we thought.
Alright, and how did you come across this information?
So, and basically, you'll see her go to reach for a piece of paper, and she'll just think better of it, and just hold it up instead. So, when I came back and I was gonna go put our little mechanical friend in his room.
Yeah.
This was on my side of the door, and it's a note from him. Lucy usually is very direct when he talks to me, and so that's why earlier it was very odd for him to avoid the questions the way he was. And basically in this letter, he explains that he might have been caught by some individuals,
Okay.
uttered your names by accident.
Oh, fun.
Oh, that son of a bitch.
And by doing so, he's now concerned about you guys. He's literally going to be avoiding all of us, and you guys cannot be alone. I'm under the impression that Professor Morg might be aware of the situation with more details. Because he said that if at any point any of you guys see individuals in suits, especially Lorehold students, just hanging around in the vicinity of you for far too long, and it seems like they go where you go, to calmly get away from them and let either Professor Morg or Professor Shrub know of the situation and their appearance.
I
It
mean,
looks out that he didn't end up mentioning my name or Indare's, but I can't tell anyone that we're related.
shouldn't we, like, tell one of the professors anyway? Like, do they know about this?
Well, that's what I'm saying. I believe Professor Morg is already aware, because Lucy specifically mentions to let Professor Morg or Professor Shrub know should you see any of these individuals around.
Yeah.
He also said that if you by any chance hear someone utter the name Mr. Sweet, or you see a Lorehold prefect in,
Yeah.
let's just call it a high-end suit,
Yeah, alright.
avoid him. Same rules apply. Get away. But he might have almost said basically run for your life without essentially attracting attention.
Yeah, great. That doesn't really bode terribly well.
Yeah, I know. He emphasizes that he's mostly worried about you guys, and we're not going to really see much of him because he's trying to keep you guys safe. And the more he interacts around you guys, or really anyone, the more likely it is that we could end up being collateral damage.
Yeah.
So I guess it's what do the humans say? The buddy system?
Yeah. I'm gonna be real, I'm not particularly worried about me. I tend to always have people around me. I'm more worried about you guys. You know?
Fine, mostly because it just so happens he didn't mention my name. Like, this has really rattled him. He's just as worried about something happening to you guys as he was when he thought that he lost in Dare.
Yeah.
She's gonna stop a moment, and you'll actually see her open the letter just to make sure she hasn't missed anything. And then she'll say, if you can't get to Professor Morg or to Professor Shrub, then he also says to write down the details of said prefects or Lorehold students, and put it under Naylock's office door. It's room 209 in the Silver Quill Teachers Building.
Yeah, okay.
My guess if I know Lucy, the only reason why he was even able to mention any of this was because he's in a position where he can't physically be there to help us, but he might have managed to take care of some things himself. He's already in the trap, essentially, and he doesn't want to drag anyone else in. God damn it. I think the only thing he said is if we're in danger at any point and none of those other options are viable, if we can find a Securitron and shout the name, I think it's Perdix?
Who's that?
I'm not sure, but he knows who it is, and it has a connection to Securitrons, allegedly. So we're supposed to shout the name Perdix as loud as you can to a Securitron while saying that essentially we're not safe.
Huh. That's a new one by me.
Yeah. And he's aware that he lied, but that the only way he could have... the only way he was apparently able to even say any of this was in writing.
Yeah.
That's what I gather.
I don't think any of us are really particularly upset that he lied, especially considering it was to protect us. And Belky looks at everybody else. It's not just me, right?
Truth be told, I'm just impressed he could do it.
Yeah, a little bit, honestly. But I mean, he does go on about his family being, he's like spy master drow and things like that, so I'm glad he has it in him.
She just kind of just says, yeah, but you could tell she is not okay. There is a mixture of emotions that she is going through. And one of them is anger.
Speaking of the Catman, where exactly is Catmandu? Is he still on his date?
I haven't heard from him, so it's possible.
And none of us have sending, do we?
Well, funny you mentioned that.
Yeah?
I actually plan tomorrow to swing by the school store after I make a few stops.
Okay.
Because I might need to invest in that spell. I was hoping I could buy it and attempt to copy it into my spellbook and Daedalus's before any of this happened. But here we are.
Yeah.
At this point, she's just like hunched over with her like fucking face in her hands.
Listen, if there's anything I can do to like help in any way, that's kind of like a spell that we really need. Like, it's really helpful. And I know for a fact if he isn't in his dorm room and he's somewhere else, I can't hit him with message.
That's exactly what I've been wondering about for a while now. That's why last time you and I were in the school store that one time.
Yeah.
That's why you heard me ask about the spell.
Was sending?
Yeah. It's 350 gold or something like that, I think he said. But even still, it's a scroll, so I'm gonna have to be really careful when I copy it if I don't want to fuck it up, so that way at least we'll all have a way to keep in contact with each other somehow.
Don't stress too much, Red. If something happens and it messes up, we'll all chip in to get another one. And Belky will like put a hand on Iapetus's shoulder. We're kind of in this as a team, yeah? And she gives this giant smile.
Yeah.
Don't worry so much.
And you'll see that she's like tearing up. She's just...
I'll pull her in for a big hug. She's probably taller than me, but I got these big hugging arms.
Aww, That's so sweet.
I ain't good for much, but I'm good for a shoulder to cry on. Don't worry about it, Red.
Yeah. I'm gonna have to do a few things then. And you guys are gonna think it might be weird, but
Like what?
so, oh man. This is a weird segue, I know, but since myself and Indira are technically the only ones with the freedom of movement in this regard, until I'm able to pick up sending tomorrow, assuming nothing else happens, I kind of need to get a whiff of everybody.
Oh god, this again. Red, this is weird when you do this.
She's just going to shush you, and immediately, like for a brief moment, the same thing she did for Salas, she's going to do for you. Goldblum's already seen the full form, but you're just gonna see her ears change a little bit, like her ears change, and you'll just see like a little snout.
See, Bill could do a double take, like you cast an illusion or something like that.
And then it'll go back. Like I said, I need a whiff of all of you. Because in case I have to track some of you down, I need to be familiar with how you smell. In Dare, it's already really simple. That's how I've been able to figure out where he is all those times.
Why didn't you just tell us you were, like, part druid, man? Like, come on.
She's gonna arch an eyebrow. Yeah, sure. Druid. Right.
Salas. Sorry.
No, you're good.
Salas is just gonna kind of, out of earshot of Belky, just lean over to Goldblum. I didn't realize being a druid was genetic.
I don't know.
I mean, to be fair, you're the only one who has seen the full form, so I feel like you as the druid would know that shit's not, what you saw, that shit's not druid.
That's a good point. Knowing what we smell like would help. And then Goldblum will wild shape into a wolf. And smell. Commit smell to memory.
Yeah, see, he gets it.
Woof, woof, woof.
I'll reach over and give him a scritch behind the ears.
He's now a rock ruff.
Actually,
Oh my
no,
God.
hold on. What would you say
Like
in
in Rock.
wolf?
Huh?
What would you say in wolf, actually? What does that mean? Because technically,
Oh, that's right.
One of you has auto casting permanently.
Okay, let me.
Why can't you just go borf borf? Like, and it just mean borf borf.
You could.
Actually, yeah, I'll just.
You
I
could just
literally
get
say
that.
woof woof in.
Which leaves Salas with a bit of a perplexed face.
Meanwhile, Cooper. Yep.
This is also going to be perplexed because for some reason, given her race, she doesn't actually, like, she should be able to understand wolves, but I don't know if she's going to be able to understand that. It's not like speak with animals.
That's
So
funny.
she's going to be like, what?
Yep. Yep. Yep.
I don't know why you all are confused. Was
Oh.
with the strange looks between the both of you.
Belky, I am not a druid.
Okay, sure. Not
Was
a
not?
druid. Yep. Totally not a druid. Don't worry about it. If you're embarrassed, it's fine. Like, I get it. It's okay.
You are going to, since it's nighttime, Frost, is the moon out?
Crescent
this
moon is
light
out.
worse.
Huh?
The crescent moon is out.
That should be good enough. If there's any of that light coming into her dorm room, she's going to step back into that light, and they're going to notice that her skin shimmers.
Say
You
it.
become a crescent dog.
Basically, so because of what she is, so to say, when she was a kid, her mom essentially had noticed that in moonlight her skin would shimmer specifically.
Mm.
So that's what you're seeing, and usually you guys don't see it because like full school attire and everything, but she was in pretty normal gear. So you're seeing that, and she's going to say again, deadpan serious, Belky, I am not a druid. Wolf.
Sorry, she wouldn't laugh, but I can't help it.
No, I know. Like, you're just going to see red wolf with little white streak in hair.
So, did you turn into the wolf?
Yes.
Oh.
Oh.
I haven't seen the full version.
So what you see is, I don't want to say teenage because it would be teeny, but you're going to see a damn near adult-sized, like, red wolf mixed kind of like with a sea wolf. Chat, for context, if you look up a sea wolf and a red wolf, you'll understand what you're looking at. Merge those two together, give them, like, auburn fur and a white streak near one ear. There you go. But that's what you're going to see. In this form, she can't talk, but you can pretty much like gather what she did. Well, actually, I don't know. I don't want to overstep. J Frost, do you need them to roll anything, or Belky roll anything to know that what I did is different from what
I would
Goldblum
say
did?
an Arcana for those watching.
Salas was told all this, so he's not making a roll.
Yeah, so Silas is fine.
Let me get my
Belky,
sheet here.
You're going to need to roll an Arcana.
Yeah, because I'm real good at Arcana. There we go.
Yeah, you are.
Yeah,
Apparently
well,
I am. Apparently that was not a bluff.
So
Well,
although you might not be familiar with the species, I would imagine you can tell this is a little different from some of the wild shaping you have seen.
Very, very different.
Belky just opens her mouth to say something, closes it, thinks better of it, and just... So... Are you a werewolf? Is that okay to say? Is that like rude? I don't
Is that
know.
racist?
Yeah, like I don't, cause it's. I mean, it's like it's technically a disease, right? Like a curse kind of thing. Like, do we need to get greater restoration in here? Do we need to take you to the med bay? Is everything okay? Like,
She's going to slowly, because that's the reaction that she was worried about. She's going to slowly walk over to your hand, boop it with her nose, and then like give a slight, like then sit back down and just blep slightly on purpose.
Goldblum also blefs. Monkey see, monkey do.
oh. I mean,
I feel silly.
Belky will reach over and give her, like, you know, a scritch behind the ears to show that she's not, like, scared or anything.
Okay. So reading that reaction then, so she will, as you're doing that, she will shift back into like her normal elven form. So
Still
to
mussing
speak.
the hair. Still mussing up her hair.
Exactly. She's transforming as you're mussing, and so you realize that your arm is just going up. My sister and best friend, ladies and gentlemen. I'm sorry, I just read chat. God damn it, Paul. So, to answer your question, no, it's not a disease, although Lucy's parents initially thought that it was.
Oh, so that's why he had that reaction.
So
Mm-hmm.
it's not lycanthropy.
No, truth be told, they actually took me to when they found me, they took me to a number of different places to see if they could quote cure it, and then that's
Yeah.
when they realized I'm not a werewolf. It's not a curse. It's part of my race, so to speak. A race that I just so happen can't find here in I guess the material plane. I guess.
So I'm guessing this is like really hush hush kind of thing then.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
It's so
okay.
hush hush that our grandmother believes that my race is an omen of evil things or bad things to come.
Oh,
So-
come on, Red.
No, apparently there's history about it somewhere, but I don't know because it's hard to find. So I grew up not really talking about it.
Red, don't make me hug you again.
No, I'm quite used to it, but that's why I'm selective about who I tell and how often I show this.
Yeah.
Because it can be taken the wrong way. And in this school of weird shit that constantly happens, we still haven't encountered me, so to speak. So, yeah. And she looks at Salas, and yes, that's why he looked at you like that.
So do you get
So-
personally offended if someone calls you a bitch?
I mean, not really. The first thing I did was bite my brother when I met him. I mean,
I don't know the full story, but I guarantee he deserved it.
Red,
to
you're one
be-
of us, man. Like,
To be fair, I was kind of like a wild wolf stray. That might have been one of the few times he actually didn't deserve it. I was just scared. But that's why I was saying I'm gonna need to pick up a good scent of all you guys.
yeah,
Because
that's fine.
as long as you're not in like a crowd, I can probably pick you out.
I mean, I have no qualms.
Yeah, that's fine.
And it doesn't have to be anything weird like me coming up and sniffing your hair or some shit. Like, you could just leave something that you don't care about cloth related. It could be as simple as like a bandana or something. And that way I can just like pick up on it. That's why I have the torn cloth with me. And that's also why I was confused when I couldn't pick up anything off of Lucy. Because when I hugged him earlier, he didn't smell like him.
That's not good.
Yeah, I know. But yeah, so I guess that's the plan then. I'm gonna need to get sense on you guys. Gotta go to the school store tomorrow after making a few stops. And he told me not to, but I think I'm probably gonna be in the best position to try to keep an eye on him. But this also means I'm gonna need to keep an eye on you guys. So look out for each other when you're in each other's presence. I know that goes without saying, but I mean, be very aware.
Well, yeah.
Mark.
There-
Goldblum is best, Doug.
Translation, yes.
There's another bit of a elephant in the room, should it be. And if Goldblum could speak, I'm sure he would say, no, there's a wolf. But the point is, what are we going to tell Ndea? Ndea was lucky enough not only to not be mentioned, but has no idea what we're doing right now, this very second. Given the skullduggery that is afoot, and how we are going to be treating each other, it's entirely possible that we could keep him exclusively out of this, or bring him in as close as needed. I'm okay with either option, especially considering his push-on to take off. But I want to make sure that we're all on the same page.
That's all up to Red, man.
So, personally, I think we're gonna have to let Indare know at some point, and given that I have a checklist of things I'm gonna do tomorrow, I can probably find him. Again, Taps knows. I can probably find him as long as he's at least around here, like on this plane, and relay all of this to him. That way, him and I both can keep an eye on things. And I imagine, clever feline that he is, he knows he'll have some ideas of his own on how to keep an eye on you guys, as well as to keep an eye out for Lucy.
Yeah.
And who knows, with the way that Indare likes to hop around and disappear, there's a good chance he could run into Lucy on his own. But he needs to be aware of this information too, because if we don't tell him, then he could at any given point be around said Lorehold students and not know.
Yeah.
I suppose.
And if he says something that's incriminating as far as any of us, like the fact that I'm related to Lucy, then that could be a cat out of the bag. No pun intended, accidentally. So I'll make it a point to talk with him and let him know.
Yeah.
If he's not in his room and he's not at work, I could probably find him at the nurse's office. This will be fine.
Yeah.
Alright then, it seems we'll keep him informed. I'll do my best to continue at least my half of the original plan, seeing as how we are still in classes together. Keep an eye out for him, keep my distance while doing so.
And if you have to, obviously don't put yourself out if you can help it, Sally. But
Sally?
yes, I am under duress. But look, just because she's like contemplating a number of things at once. You can do that thing you did when we were at the manor, right?
Which thing?
She's specifically looking at Salas when she says this.
As she looks down to snap her fingers, she looks back up and there's a dragonborn individual there. This?
Yes, that is probably going to get you out of a lot of situations or allow you to keep an eye on Lucy. I would imagine Lucy was is distracted enough with everything he's dealing with that if you really needed to keep an eye on him, you could utilize that at your leisure, whether it's to protect yourself or to keep an eye on him.
Works for me. I've got a few of these kind of tucked away. I can rotate through a few of them if absolutely needed, but honestly, sometimes magic is nice, but simply being out of view is much nicer.
Absolutely. I imagine you wouldn't want to abuse the use of that disguise, so to speak, but in case you needed it in a pinch.
So what spell is that? Because our dear Catmandu has something kind of similar. He pulled it on me when he was hanging out with me and Antimony not too long ago.
I'm sorry. Remember, she wasn't there.
No. I think it was just Belky and Antimony.
Yeah, so Iapetus is like, wait, I'm sorry, come again?
Yeah.
Let's see his disguised self. Very rudimentary, like, illusion magic. Something I inherited from being the the silver-tongued devil that you see before you. And no, I do not quote that as myself. That is what I was told.
Belky will, like, reach through the snoot of the Dragonborn. Oh, it isn't. Well, then this isn't the same thing. Like, he actually turned into something else.
No, this is simply looking like it, not so much being it.
Ah, different spelling.
But wait, let's run this back. So,
Yeah?
Endare also can disguise himself now.
Oh, yeah. Oh, he can do a lot of cool stuff. I don't know, he pulled a prank on me when he and Antimony got wasted, and I came back and there was 2 of them.
Sorry?
There was 2 Antimonies, and I had to figure out who was who.
Jesus fucking Christ, we're all full of surprises. Okay, well then, yeah, that will... Yeah, that'll all work into keeping an eye on everyone, assuming he wants to do that. But alright, that's pretty much all I can think of.
The frustrating thing.
Oh, go ahead.
Frustrating thing is that the best course of action at this juncture is do nothing. And it's it chides me something fierce.
Oh, I said I'm not going to do anything. She's actually smiling, but there's a hint of malice there. There's like a slight side smirk, but you can tell she has no good intentions, which is odd for her.
Well, even as it be, and he kind of takes note of the face with a tiny bit of a concerned look. Perhaps it would also behoove us, now that the information has been passed along, not to be seen together. At least not for little bits.
I mean, that kind of puts a damper on the plan that I was sort of thinking.
No. I'm not saying don't meet up or be friends or anything like that. I'm simply saying that for now, as in tonight, like, we've been together quite a bit after we learned about all this. If they're going to put up tabs on everyone, several meetings with the group in clandestine ways may be a little bit of a tip-off. That's all.
Yeah. Well, he already name-dropped me, so, like, I was planning on keeping watch on little guy, like, kind of close, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Good chance he's probably going to be keeping an eye on you guys while also trying to avoid you.
I'd like to see how he manages.
I mean, he's done a good job so far, Belky.
The irony of the whole thing is that we all have kind of the same ideas. He, us, our enemies, and throwing a monkey wrench into the whole thing is the concept of school and classes. Nothing like trying to keep your distance when you're forced to be in the same room for about an hour or so every day.
So do we keep our heads down until after this final's over?
I think
that's the beauty of it, though. It's not going to be abnormal for you guys to interact in classes that you have together. As a matter of fact, it would be abnormal if you didn't. That they're already aware of you guys interacting, and of course they can't assume that every single person you guys interact with is a friend or a loved one or something like that. And I'm pretty sure someone in passing has seen enough of us at lunch together or in the dining hall together to at least put acquaintances ties.
Yeah.
In any case, I'm of the opinion that the 4 of us retire for the evening before we start putting everything into motion. Especially since we're making plans without one person in the particular knowing anything about anything.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hey, Sully.
Yeah.
We got a question for you, because you've got this whole familiar thing down. So, like, what can you do with familiars? Like, is there anything other than just, like, you know, a cute little critter, or, like what? I've never had one.
I mean, in terms of, like, what it can be?
I think.
What do you mean, like abilities?
Yeah, like abilities and things like that.
Well, are you hearing exactly what Goldblum says? Goldblum, speak.
Speak. Wolf.
He's your
Am I doing this
friend,
right?
man.
This
Just
is
talk
weird.
to him.
Oh fuck!
All right, did you actually understand him, or did he just kind of borf?
He just went borf, man.
All right,
J.
so
Frost, did I understand him? I don't know if I do. I don't know how this works.
Where do I fucking begin with you? Crazy.
I don't know. Like, I speak doggo, but I don't know if this is different doggo. There's nothing in D&D to explain this to me.
I would argue it's canine overall, right?
That's what I'd assume.
It's all barking.
Okay, then I guess she does.
That's my argument. It's canine.
Yeah, I would assume this is just barking.
but all right,
Yeah.
so I think this whole thing is being able to understand animals. That's a thing about Koopa specifically. As far as Streak goes, Streak has a funny little ability where I can kind of see and perceive through them.
Huh.
Yeah, you might be
How?
able to as well. Ooh, you simply close your eyes and dull your senses a little bit. It's almost kind of like being in darkness for a minute, like almost like you close your eyes and you open it up again and you're elsewhere. Usually with a weird perspective, like here. And
All right.
Salus
close? Go ahead. Sorry.
Salus is going to close his eyes, and then he's going to, after a second, he's going to open again. And unfortunately, Koopa has found the other stash of mushrooms. It's like I'm going to have to give him a scolding.
Yep.
I will close my eyes and try to do that for my mechanical bat.
You close your eyes, and you are currently attached to your. Actually, hold on. How far is that mechanical bat, anyways?
I don't know
He
how
should
far.
be. He should be right next door because I put him on
Okay,
top
yeah,
of
that's
Lucy's
gonna
bed.
be no problem whatsoever. Then you will immediately be able to look through it if you're literally right next to.
Yeah.
So long as you're in 100 feet of that familiar, you can see an act. Belky, your mental. Basically, your mental faculties now transfer over to this mechanical familiar.
Oh shit! Oh! Oh shit! I see in his room. Oh, this is weird.
Wait. You see through his. You can see in his
I'm
room.
gonna say this right now. I believe you cannot speak.
No, they can speak,
Yeah,
but they
you can
can't
speak.
see or hear.
Oh, you can.
They can't see or
Yeah,
hear.
I
anything
can't. I
around
can't
them.
hear them.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Common practice with familiars is when you're transferring your view, you're like being pulled along by your party members as you relay information.
You're blind and deaf and have to be led along.
Yeah.
Oh, so the Niebus is gonna be like, wait, what's going on? Like, tapping Belky.
Oh, hey, huh?
Morse code.
Huh? Hello? And Belky will like flail an arm out and like catch hold of Iapetus' arm. What's going on? Hello?
Their senses are currently
Hello?
elsewhere right now.
Red?
Oh, the way.
Sully?
So,
Guys?
Salas, wait, do you know what
Are you
she's
there?
doing?
Hello? Red? Red! Hey, say something. Come on.
All right, you're gonna feel.
I come out of the trance. Why weren't you all saying anything? I was talking to you. Like, shit, man. That's kind of rude.
I
Yes.
was.
Wait, what?
And funny how your senses aren't quite where your body is anymore, eh?
Yeah, I was upside down, man. That's really disorienting.
Upside down. Wait,
It's a
were
bat,
you?
man.
Oh my goodness. Speaking of the bat, so I gave your bat instructions to keep an eye out for Daedalus, and I showed him a picture, and I said that if he sees them at all, keep an eye on him, but also if he sees that he's in trouble, to find you or I. This was before I went to grab you guys.
Yeah.
The fuck! What was
Wow.
that nat one for, big fella?
I see the toggle doesn't work.
Don't worry about it. You all keep doing your thing.
Okay. So then yeah, she just relayed that information. Your bat knows to reach out to either you, Belky, or to Iapetus if it sees Lucy, and if Lucy is in trouble.
Hello, Titan. What are you doing, Cat? Cat is being annoying.
That's a cat, yeah.
That is a cat, yes. Alright, so, like... Okay. So I can keep tabs on him when we don't know where he's at. Who has message? Like...
Message right now.
You do have message?
Yeah, I have message. I just didn't have
Alright.
sending.
Well,
So when I went to go grab you, I reached out to Salus and Goldblum along the way.
alright, so... I have message. You have message. Anybody else?
Orf.
Dogman, you got it?
I say no and dog.
I think he said no, Belky.
Oh, unfortunate.
Shame.
But that's a start, I guess.
Yeah. So yeah, before I go to the shop tomorrow, I'll make it a point to go find Indare. I'll try. Anyway.
Sounds like a plan. Let's get that cat informed.
Right. Please be careful, guys.
Of course. Scary
Yeah.
time. We gotta be careful.
Well, I guess I'll see you guys around soon. Y'all gonna be okay?
Yeah, I'm not gonna say I'll be alright, but I have motivation.
Well, I, for one, am going to do my damnedest not to get shanked in the middle of a back alley. Thankfully, there are very few back alleys here on campus. Y'all be careful. And he is going to drop the illusion, and he's going to give kind of like a small head bow, and he's going to head on back to his room.
You guys try to stick together heading back to the best of your ability. Belky, I can walk you back if it helps. Goldblum, I don't
Yeah.
know how close you are to Salus's room.
I don't mind, sure. I always appreciate the company.
Aww.
Alright, so Iapetus is gonna make it a point to like walk Belky back. If Goldblum and Salus's
Walk?
rooms are near, wait, what? Huh?
Walk. In
Are you
wolf
speak?
translated.
Yes. Oh fuck.
Wow.
I think that's worse than just assuming they're a werewolf.
So okay, so if Salas, because I'm translating Doggo while I'm also talking to you guys. Salas, is Goldblum's room close to yours?
Salas just kind of stops for a second, and he just like, Goldblum, come. No.
He's not actually a dog!
He's gonna stay in
I
that.
follow.
Yeah.
Y'all are terrible.
Man, I'm loving this.
This is
I
your
just-
friend.
Ibis is too tired to be offended because she's like, we're not. Actually, no, fuck that. You'll hear, hey, no, Goldblum, you are not domesticated. Cut that out. We are free.
He's such,
You are not domesticated.
Let my
we're
people
free
go.
range.
he's such. Salas,
Let my
Salas-
doggo go.
Sal is just walking away. Such a good friend. He knows how to play along with the joke. Bye.
I'll get him back for that later. But anyway, all right. So yeah, I just will walk Belky back to her room, and then she will come back to her own room and yeah, take care of some things before she trances.
Alrighty. We will take care of whatever little thing you need to do. Nighttime can proceed to set in. You all will be able to get the benefits of a long rest. And if you all would not mind, I'd like to actually take a little bit of a break right now for
Okay.
everybody.
All
Mostly
Sounds good
because
to
I
me.
am thirsty and I need to grab a drink.
me.
Okay.
We will
Hydrate
be
or
back
dihydrate.
in 5-10 minutes because I have something fun for you all.
Okay.
Meanwhile,
God damn it! Oh my god, Warwick.
let's just say that Daedalus may have tried to interface with something, and that's what that role was.
Oh.
Would have been great if I could have.
Oh dear. Well, I mean, it's technically your first night with it, right?
I mean, it's setting up for things. Eventually it should happen because, well, Daedalus is going to be spending a lot of time in his head setting up background processes to run.
So I hope you know, Vaughn. Actual tear up.
Oh yeah, no, like it literally, like it said, it hurt him to his core to have that one line in there about what he had to get Iapetus to agree to.
And I hope you know, stubborn doggo. You read like a book. Yes, you read her like a book, but stubborn doggo. Doggo has plans.
Also, I love the fact that you're like, I'm not actually going to show them the letter. You could have. It was in the illusory script. And the language was in literally Elven. So none of them, unless they could read Elven, could read it. Because the actual thing, because once the illusion ends, it would just show that the actual writing was complete gibberish.
So the only reason why she wasn't showing it to them, but more so relaying it, was because some of that letter she felt was incredibly personal and vulnerable of you, and vulnerable pretty much of the relationship between you and her. So she didn't want to kind of betray that trust in a way. Like, she could understand there are things in the letter that's pertinent that they needed to know, but then there were other areas of the letter that are incredibly vulnerable, and she wouldn't expose that part of you that much unless that's what you wanted.
Also, I am going to see if I can't upload some spells to my character sheet, which means I have to do that on... Well, luckily we're on break, so... Let me see here. First I gotta kill my character sheet and bring it up specifically on the Roll20 layer. The one thing I hate about their interface.
Not unless you have an intermission screen that you want to use.
I mean, I do, but like, they'll still see the spell. They'll see two of the spells. One isn't in this version, and I have to upload it between things. But luckily, its effects are so like specific that if I get the spells during the session, I can literally just say what it does. But they'll see two of them, and one shouldn't surprise anyone. I was going to attempt to reverse engineer it from something we have already. Yeah, that would make sense. And oh, we passed the C's already. And it's funny. Everyone's like, how is he going to keep an eye on us without being seen with us? And everyone is currently seeing now what I'm taking.
Oh, no. No. Iapetus does not know how you're going to do it, but she's aware of how intelligent her brother is. She knows you're probably going to do something. She doesn't know what it is, but you wouldn't have made the suggestions you did unless you could still keep an eye on everyone.
And yes, all I will say is that it might not come up like on screen, but everyone should be aware Daedalus already has one plan that he is preparing to send to motion, and it is simply named Operation Drop Bear, because he got an idea from stuff with Daedalus, not Daedalus, with Goldblum. That's actually where he came up with the name, because he dropped a bear on somebody. Yeah, I'm not saying I'm gonna be Batman, but you gave an int caster who's naturally paranoid after like all the stuff he's seen at the school, and you gave him prep time.
I mean, you're not wrong. Iapetus now has to try to figure out how to deliver bloodshed, so to speak, without implicating any of her friends or her brother.
There might also be some things I might just use some of the Securitron clearance that Daedalus now has, and do some things to improve the school. Staff don't need to know about it yet.
I mean, they don't. It's not like they know about shit to begin with anyway.
True, I think I might have found out more in 2 conversations than Morg did traveling across multiple planes.
Yes, you did. Because how are these students walking around clearly looking the same as they probably have looked for hundreds of years? And no one was like, oh man, doesn't that kid Marcus kind of remind you of like Chad from like freshman year last year? I mean, yeah.
I mean,
But-
when you have several students who are like elves and such who don't really visibly age over the span of like a long time, it could be just, oh, his parents actually pay his tuition. He can keep flunking as long as he wants.
Okay, you raise a good point. I'm just saying.
Also, Lasume, as much as I would love the idea of being the Question, because it's one of my favorite all-time DC characters, and I even got the first issue of the Dennis O'Neil trade actually signed by Dennis O'Neil because he has family in St. Louis and will regularly do cons here back in the day. I am 100%, I want to say this, I am several Blue Beetles. I am Ted Cord and Jaime Reyes because I have the connection with Perdix that makes me Jaime, and I've got the intellect that makes me Ted Cord. And arguably, I guess that makes Goldblum my Booster Gold? Oh fuck, that makes
It makes you Aranya.
a little bit, but she has had such a drop off in the Marvel universe.
Yeah, but her getting some of the ability she had by finding the that mechanical spider and it essentially like attaching itself to her. Yeah, that's about on brand for Daedalus right now.
Yeah. Though I also just realized, if I'm Ted Cord, Wiley's Booster Gold, that literally makes Salus our Martian Manhunter.
I'll take that over Guy Gardner.
Don't you slander the name of my best bud.
I remember One Punch.
Yeah! And you know what? He is also the first ever Honor Guard Green Lantern. You want to know who's never been an Honor Guard Green Lantern? Literally, Hal Jordan. Just about everyone else was good enough to be recognized for their accomplishments.
Well, let's be real. Hal Jordan is kind of the worst.
Yes, he is. But Hamboigas. That is still one of my favorite long-running meme jokes between me and my friends.
I will say this. Hal Jordan? Kyle Rayner? Guy Gardner? Jon Stewart. Hey!
Hey, Jon Stewart is to be respected, but it's just the more of he doesn't get enough good stories, so he'll never be like my main. But Guy Gardner has easily the best character arc because anytime he regresses, he immediately gets his comeuppance and has to rethink things. Also, he's the only Green Lantern who gave up their power ring and then immediately was like, well, I still need to be a superhero because I fight crime, and then tried everything until the 90s happened in such a great way. And it's one of those things where I'm glad they retconned it, but when you explain what he did between losing his ring and then getting another one back, it is the funniest shit ever. Because so many people don't know about the Warrior.
Sounds kind of like Ronan from Marvel.
Okay, so I'm gonna take a bathroom break right after I do this, but let me give you a quick rundown because shows like how dedicated a comic guy I was through a good chunk of my life. So after giving up his ring so that way Hal Jordan can come back and status quo as Green Lantern, he's like, okay, well then I guess I'll try this like Punisher thing. I'm not actually gonna kill anyone, but I'll do the gun-toting vigilante thing because it was the very early 90s. And that worked.
Course.
That worked until he came up against one of Flash's villains, Goldface. And Goldface is a guy who can tank bullets because, you know, he can cover his body in gold. So then he's like, fuck, I need to get a power ring. What am I gonna do? Oh, I know. I'll go to space. I will meet Lobo and have him help me steal, Sinestro's original power ring from his dead body. Which
That
worked.
sounds like something Lobo would do.
Yeah. Well, him and Guy Gardner. And
I know, but it's the 90s, so it's the Lobo.
the funny thing is, this worked only for a very short amount of time because the original ring before the Lantern Corps Wars happened had a very specific charging method that wasn't a lantern. It was fighting other Green Lanterns. So he couldn't keep using it. So eventually he gets rid of it, uses some of his connections with other superheroes to find out about an ancient, like, South American, like, warrior cult that's drank from this, like, mystic well that made them, like, the greatest fighters ever. And it's, like, something so super 90s, like, the well is full of the blood, sweat, and tears of, like, this entire warrior tribe, and that's what makes it so strong. Drinks from it, and finds out it wasn't actually blood, sweat, or tears. It was alien fucking DNA, and becomes a technomorphing shapeshifter.
90s comics.
Oh yeah, grows his own guns, grows his own weapons, and also, for a short time, is actually trans. Yeah, for some reason they just made him a woman for a while, and he was like, you know what, I'm okay with this.
You know, I learned something interesting on the other day. I think it was because he was like, thought of this because he was Thomas was brought up in another server. Apparently, there was an attempt to make one of the engines a trans character way back in the 90s.
Yeah.
It wasn't like overtly done. It was kind of like subtly, they never use proper pronouns with this character. So you just their name.
I mean,
Like,
the concept of gender in Transformers is one of the things I'm always just like, this is so stupid. Not in like a regressive way. Like literally, they are a non-sexually reproducing thing. So gender, like, it should literally be either a choice or a completely non-topic to them.
Exactly.
Like, yeah, there should be like no cultural norms. Of course, it's on there because it was originally a television show in the like 80s for kids, and that was an entirely different time. But I'm 110% behind all of the like current IDW stuff that has done all of the like gender exploration for Transformers.
You're saying there's a trans person in Transformers? Shock, horror.
Oh, there's many. Though, what CG was saying is, I did not realize they were trying to implement it as far back as the 80s.
Well, I mean, technically it was 90s, but
Oh.
yeah. Well, I also it wasn't, Transformers, but
Alright, well, I'm gonna step away for a quick second, and then I'm good.
I can sense that I had pizza and it was delicious, but as usual, it is going to come back and bite me in the butt. Unfortunate.
And I'm back.
Welcome back. Remains basically the three of us.
I'm back.
The four of us.
Oh, Wiley, you poor. Oh, I just saw in call text.
Yeah, I started typing in head tilt, and then for a split second, I saw, oh, that's a GIF.
Yeah, well, what you need to understand is that a good chunk of the GIFs used in Discord actually come from the same engine that searches GIFs on Twitter, but the Twitter one's more expansive. And the Twitter one also needs to remember that at least one Sunday every month, people get obsessively hornier on Twitter than even regular horny Twitter.
Oh,
Is it? Because it says search tenor. Unless it's the same thing. Also, for those who can't see, my in-game name right now is the Lawn Grower because I thought that was funny.
You've been going through a few.
Also, hi,
Two
I'm
tonight.
back, and I have ice creams.
Your bark.
Yum.
Should I
Wow,
translate
you're
that
really
as
gonna
yum?
you're really gonna insult the teachers like that, Goblin. I'm shocked.
There's nothing wrong with being bark. Bark is good.
Also, no one saw it except for chat, but I will share one of my favorite jokes during one of the things is that while everyone else was hugging like Iapetus, Dale was just like, I wish I had a hug. And then all of a sudden, heart palpitation. Perdix, that's not what I meant.
I saw that, and I was like, can't break scene, but god damn it.
I'm going to have a lot of fun with Perdix.
Mm-hmm.
And for those who don't know, Perdix is the name of the only other main myth that is associated with Daedalus. And you'll realize, oh, he needs to stop interacting with young men in his family. It never goes well for him.
Shame.
Pulling at my heartstrings, literally.
Those aren't strings! Those are arteries!
What are arteries but hollow strings?
Boom, 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 boom.
Now that you mention it, good question.
Answer.
Remember to take care of your
Daily double.
heartstrings by watching your intaking cholesterol.
Well, are we all back?
Perhaps? Mayhaps.
Absolutely.
No.
Wasn't sure if Bob stepped away to pull the pizza out of his oven.
Yum. It's a pizza time.
There's four of us who have had pizza tonight.
Dang.
We had pizza
It's
a couple
Saturday.
days ago.
Yeah, yesterday.
I
True.
mean, to
Good
be
pizza.
fair, I was eating
Yeah.
my leftovers.
Well, Bob is here if we still need him. So, are we ready to start?
Yee.
Yee.
Alrighty.
Bark.
Bjork. Alrighty. Well, I say as I immediately pull out the powdered donuts. I believe we will continue with the next day. And for this next day, things will be pretty normal. Everyone wakes up. You all go get yourself some breakfast, whether it be from Ender or from the local cafeteria or cafes.
Yeah, Daedalus probably would have crashed at the Bows Inn Tavern. It just kept buying like a drink and then for 4 hours tranced there while making it look like he was reading.
Mm-hmm.
And then he'll probably go to the Fire Jolt Cafe and get a very light breakfast.
No problem. You'll easily be able to get something like, probably like a bagel. Maybe a little breakfast sandwich that uses bagels. Ooh. Oh, that's a good question. You went to the Bows End Tavern, yeah?
Yes. That would have been where he spent the night.
Where do I begin with this one? Also, hold on 1 second. Titan.
Please tell me I didn't just fall on another fucking plot landmine.
No, just dealing with a cat who keeps jumping on the fucking.
You now have a swirly mustache drawn upon your face.
I love you, kitten, but you gotta stop being a pain in the tuchus. That's actually a good point. Hey, Daedalus, do me a favor and roll me a perception. Just standard.
Yeah, I know. I'm just 20.
You would have seen Ender and a big-ass Minotaur walk out the Bows End Tavern.
Daedalus will be like, "Oh, so that's why I couldn't get a hold of him." Okay. He'll be like, "Okay, we'll try connecting later." But he will also make a point to not engage Ender in the least or make any kind of eye contact. He will get a booth as far away from him as possible, and he will just sit there nursing whatever non-alcoholic beverage he can get.
That's pretty easy. For you guys, it's basically the equivalent of soda. It's soda. You guys are getting soda. You're getting a fucking orange soda.
You know me very well.
Yes, I do. And also, it's orange soda!
But yeah, I'll say that Daedalus is purposefully avoiding contact with anyone, is taking a wide berth around the campus, possibly trying to be near any Securitrons and uploading what I've mentioned to you in that DM.
Of course. As far as everything goes from the DM side, we can cover that in a little bit.
Alrighty.
You do get yourself some food, nice breakfast sandwich, good old bagel buns, sesame seeded bagel buns. It's quite delish. In terms of drink, early morning, nice little coffee tea combination. And
Oh
you
no.
will have classes.
You gave the paranoid drow, who had one rule, caffeine. And he won't be paying attention.
Decaffed.
Okay. You need to realize that is actively a thing that will change how I play the character.
I know. But it's decaf for the most part. Also, apologies if I sound like I'm moving a little bit. I have a cat on my fucking lap.
All good.
And no, it's not Ender. Alrighty. Everybody wakes up. You all get your breakfast. You all go to classes. Today is a basic normal day. If you would all like, I'd like you all to roll me a general intelligence. See how well you do today and for your classes. We'll be using your intelligence. Alright.
16.
So, we'll start from the top, work our way down. Daedalus, it's a day. Your focus is kind of split in a multitude of directions.
He's also
Ender, Oh, go ahead.
I just want to say, also, for the first time ever, Daedalus is not sitting front and center in any of his classes. He is at the back, at the closest seat to any door.
Of course. And there, your mind's too preoccupied in something much more juicier than the teachings of this school at the current moment. Especially now that you have access to a very lucrative market. For our good old Goldblum, it's actually a good day for you. You're basically just keeping on trucking with the life of everything. Salus, it's early. Even through the entirety of the day, you're just like, I'm more tired than anything. Iapetus, your mind is sharpened and focused. I've also noticed we're missing a Belky.
I'm here. Hello.
Wait, I need you to do me a roll for intelligence. Just direct.
Just intelligence? Okay.
Just intelligence.
22.
Belky, you're actually learning shit!
It's wild, isn't it?
I know. It's good. But for all of you, it's a basic, simplistic day. Intelligence checks aside, your classes go on pretty decently. And it would be probably about this time that we will do a little bit of a nice cutaway in certain regards for everyone. I would like to shift the scene towards lunchtime. I will say that it will be at this time Ender, Belky,
Yes.
Salus, Goldblum, and Iapetus. You all would be sitting at lunch together, just having a good meal. It's not too heavy. It's just like simple sandwiches and the whatnot. As far as Daedalus is concerned, he is not sitting with you all.
That's not good. I will try to check his room with the bat cam.
Are you within 100 feet of the bat?
I have no idea how far away the rooms are from the eating area.
They're a bit away.
They're what?
They're a bit away.
Oh.
It's at least a couple 100 feet.
Ah. Then I guess I'm gonna take my lunch and mosey my way past his room and try as I walk by just to snag a peek at where he be.
Okay. Daedalus, are you within your room or are you out?
Oh, he is out. Again, his entire plan is to not go anywhere near his room unless there is some kind of like prearranged meeting with Morg or someone else to go there, and even then he is going to try to avoid it.
Of course.
This has ruined my entire plan.
No,
I make my way
hasn't.
back to the
Belky,
lunch. Yes.
roll me
Mm-hmm.
a perception check using the bat's stats.
I don't have the bat stats. You
don't
haven't
have
given
bat
me a sheet
stats?
for it. No.
Bats,
Allow
I
me.
believe, have a decent perception, but
They have advantage on perception checks that rely on hearing and echolocation.
Okay. What's the plus what?
For its perception, it's a +1.
Oh, nat 20.
While everything in Daedalus' room is normal, you'll hear kind of this sound.
Mm-hmm.
Not in the room. Outside of the room.
Okay.
In fact, it sounds like it's coming from... It sounds like squeaking.
Squeaking.
Yeah. If you would like, you can investigate using the bat.
Yeah. What's the stats?
I will just tell you this. Its intelligence is a -4.
Oh, well then, no, I'm gonna, disengage with the bat, and I'm gonna go find my good friend Salus, because if it sounds like squeaking and possibly mice, I'm going to grab the person who can talk to animals.
Alright, you go to grab Salus.
Where is Salus?
I would assume still eating lunch with
Okay,
the rest
yeah.
of the gang.
I'm gonna swing back and to the group and go, "Hey guys,
Oh, hey,
hey, I need to borrow you for a minute."
right.
Yeah, our boy is not in his room, but there is a noise that I think maybe sus that I think you'd be able to help me figure out, because it might be mice, it might be rats, it might be cogs. I don't fucking know, but it's outside his door, like the window, I think.
As Belky's talking, can I roll some perception checks to see if anyone is listening to what she's saying that's not at our table?
I thought we were like at the table talking quietly.
It's the lunchroom. I'm not taking chances.
How many people are talking in the lunchroom? No one's gonna.
Quite a bit of people are talking.
Yes.
Strong
But
people
it
might
doesn't
be
hurt to
watching.
have. Yes.
All right. She was trying to keep it on the down low.
But you were too slow.
Doesn't see shit. It's fine.
Yeah, you're fine. It's fine. Nothing bad. So, Belky, you grab Salus. You go up to the room.
Mm-hmm.
Salus, what's your passive perception?
19.
19. Not bad.
Honestly, you should just write yes in passive perception.
Yes, the passive perception is yes. You will hear the squeaking too. It's just, you'd hear food, gotta get food, gotta get food, gotta get food.
Yeah, that sounds like mice, alright.
Huh. That's a little weird that there's a bunch of mice in his room.
Food.
So can you talk to animals, or is it they can talk to you?
I've honestly never tried. I've had no reason to really talk to any of the mice that have been carried off by hawks and have been taken away screaming.
Listen, if I had a copper for every time... But listen, hey, so do we break in? What do we do? Do we go around the other side? What's the plan?
It's a mouse. I don't think
Okay.
we really need to bust down the door for it.
No, I don't... Why do you think I would need to break down the door?
Well, admittedly, because I think you just like breaking and entering, but that might just be me.
I think that might just be you, man. What about my person makes you think I like to break and enter?
Squints.
Smiles.
Food, gotta get food.
Listen, just because I can doesn't mean I need to. Anyway.
Alright, hold on. If we're really doing this, at least it'll get you some peace of mind. I'm just gonna Thieves' Tools his door.
Please roll me a Thieves' Tools.
I will block sight of Salus so that nobody sees him doing this.
26.
There we
Yeah,
go.
there wasn't a fucking problem. You easily break into Daedalus's room. It's literally clean and no problems. There is a mouse just kind of scurrying underneath the desk going, food, need food, gotta get food.
See?
Huh. Yeah, I thought it was a little more...
You would see
Trust me.
the different conspiracy board.
Yeah, let's just put it back the way we found it, because... Yeah.
I don't even want to. It looks at the conspiracy board. Pulling a page out of your book. Raises finger, lowers finger. That's a can of worms. You know what? We just don't need to worry about more things with Daedalus right now. We already have enough on our plate.
Yeah, I think so.
Goes to close the room again. And
Close
as
the-
far as... Go ahead.
Oh, you just closed the door.
As far as the mice go, trust me, ever since Cooper and I have been together, I've become acutely aware of how many small critters are running about along our campus. Shall we return to our lunch then?
Yeah, sorry, man. Legit, I thought there was something going on.
No.
Can you open the door? Is that something you can do?
Sorry, you cut out.
Oh, can you relock the door? Is that like something you can do?
Before he closes the door, he just takes the lock and it's like a deadbolt, I assume. He just flicks it up and then pulls the door shut. There you go.
Yeah, alright. Okay, fine. Make me look like an idiot. Belky will just give him like a punch in the shoulder, like playfully.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's alright. If another mouse shows up in one of our rooms, I will be here to tell you exactly what it's saying, and he's going to give you a punch back.
How hard does he punch?
He's not as strong as you, probably about half as hard.
Not enough to hurt yourself.
Here, you know what? He does a little bit better. He does his pointer finger and he just kind of like knocks against your armor twice.
Yeah, alright, Sully. Or is it Sally now? Little Sally Jane. I still can't believe she called you that. She was real frazzled, huh?
She was really in a mood.
Yeah. I'm glad she's doing a little bit better. At least it seemed like it.
If nothing else, I was glad to, give her something else to think of, like the imminent payback I'm going to get for all the dog stuff with Goldblum.
But it was funny, huh?
Of course it was. Why wouldn't
Yeah.
it be?
Alright. Yeah, let's hurry back.
Yeah.
You will hurry back, and I will say for the rest of today, I'm going to make this simple for you all. If you would all like, you may choose to continue studying, or you may go have a little bit of fun.
Salis will definitely study.
Alright then, for those who wish to study, please let me know right now, and I will have you all roll me another intelligence.
To be fair, when Salis and Belky went to go check Daedalus's room, Aepatus probably would have taken that time to pull like Endare to the side and bring Goldblum along so that he's not by himself and explain everything.
Alrighty.
Because that would be important, because her plan was to do that first thing in the morning before she ran off to go take care of the other things in the weekly actions.
Yeah.
Of course.
As far as your question, shit. Be really honest, she's not sure. She is not in a playtime mood.
Nobody ever is.
Meanwhile, Daedalus is literally
Maybe that's
Daedalus is just wandering around school implementing Operation Perdix.
She probably will study, and part of that studying will be like making her way to the security office and then the biblioplex if she can.
Okay.
Goldblum will follow the pack.
Dog jokes.
And Dare's going to spend the afternoon doing his weekly action.
Of course.
Belky's probably gonna try and drum up some coin, playing music with antimony.
Alrighty, no problem whatsoever. In fact, we will actually take this as a moment of clarity for everybody. So, I will not need you all to roll. You will be at peace. And we'll just call today a normal, passive day. Daedalus, I'd like to borrow you for one quick second.
Sure. Also, ignore the keyboard clacks as I'm typing in one spell that's not in the compendium.
It's all good, it's all good. You will be... While you have been doing your work for school and everything else, and also your classes, you will have had one encounter with Antoine.
Oh boy. Wait a second.
He doesn't do anything crazy though.
I do have to ask one quick question.
Mm-hmm.
Is he out during the day?
It's more towards the evening.
Is the sun up?
It is.
Oh.
You know, he's keeping a little bit more towards the shadows.
True, but since the sun is even a factor, Daedalus is immediately going to, since, again, we're not talking, but they don't know he can do this, detect magic at will.
You'll actually detect a small bit of magic coming off of his hand. A ring.
You know, I thought about this, and I figured something, and quick question, he hasn't really seen me. He's kind of keeping into the shadows, correct?
He is. He's basically just mulling about, relaxing, in a sense. Just... You see, he's actually got a book out, and he's reading.
I'm really debating doing something. Is he within, say, 60 feet?
I'd say about 150. He's on a bench.
Okay, well, since he is not close enough, but Daedalus will factor this away, and he'll just be like, well, if they're gonna come out during the daylight, I might be able to do something, because they are wearing a magic item. If Daedalus wasn't so early in this relationship with them, he might have attempted to dispel the magic on that ring. But nope, he's just gonna file that away, and move away, and again, just keep moving towards Securitrons, letting Perdix do its thing.
Perdix will wire as much information to the Securitrons, just giving them an alert on each.
Yep, and also, specifically, he will occasionally check in with Perdix to figure out if he has run any of that information, the specific checks, because we need to find a certain someone.
Mm-hmm. You will actually get an update from Perdix, as he basically tells you, I have received a message from one of my siblings. Please, if you can, Fire Jolt Cafe, backrooms area.
And Daedalus will head that way immediately.
It does not take you long. And eventually, as you get to the Fire Jolt Cafe, you'll notice one of the baristas kind of look over to you and go, hello, welcome to the Fire Jolt Cafe. How can I help you?
Yes, I believe, they're keeping something in the back for me.
Ah, yes, the shipment of the new grinds. Yes, the small package. Please, make your way back. And they kind of motion towards the door. Don't worry, you'll be fine.
Daedalus will do so.
Daedalus. As you go into this room, you'll notice that, much like last time, there's a bunch of not too bad. Like, there's some boxes, some crates, and everything else. You'll notice that there's also a small bench right there, off in the corner. And you'll see two individuals sitting on there. One is very familiar to you, as it is a professor of yours. Another is a man in a white suit, with a black tie and this kind of purple and white striped under dress shirt. Nice, well-kept blonde hair. It's short, but well cut. Seems to be a human man. The individual you notice is Morg.
Ah, hello, Professor. I guess I can add this to the list of dead drops.
Oh, yes. The Fire Gel Cafe is always a good place. Daedalus, I'd actually like you to meet my associate here. He's a professor, and one of the closest confidants I could ever have. The man gets up, and he's... how do I put this? As you stand up, you notice he's immaculately clean. Impeccably clean, not immaculate. Standing around maybe 5'9". And he goes, "A pleasure to meet you, sir. My name is Carter. Dion Carter." And he kind of sticks a hand out to shake yours.
Daedalus will shake his hand. Hello, I am an unwilling pawn in a game of politics.
Kind of just looks over to Morgan and goes, long story. You have the gist of it, though, correct? Yeah, I do. A pleasure to meet you, Daedalus. Sorry to hear about your situation.
Well, it's improving with every hour. I might have discovered something that they didn't want me to know already.
And that being?
Well, several things. For one, something that I forgot to tell Morg is that there's another player. Their name, the code name they use for him is the Mind, and he has a way to rewrite the hard drives of Securitrons. So I'm having Perdix run a search on all students with that ability, as well as cross-referencing with places where they'd be able to do such an operation. I'm also trying to make sure that the Securitrons know not to let the two damaged ones reintegrate with them at all, in case they have some kind of failsafe in them.
So someone has access to the Securitron's entire hive mind. That's a problem.
Well, several people. I'm one of them now. I've been uploading a special program of my own.
And how are you doing this? Kind of raises an eyebrow.
Oh, I just walk close to one and let Perdix talk to them.
He looks over and goes, Morg, who the hell is Perdix? Oh, you're meaning... Oh, yes. Daedalus, where is Perdix?
Attached to my heart, last I checked.
Ah! That's a little concerning.
Yes!
Nothing crazy, though, yeah?
I mean,
Like,
we
you
have
haven't dropped dead
established...
yet?
We have established that he is not allowed to take over my body, especially after he forced me to shit.
He forced you to what now?
His attempt to get me out of a endangering social situation. I know. We are setting up boundaries as we speak.
I would hope so. Morg, what the hell am I getting into? It's fine, Carter. Just please. Alright. First and foremost, do you have the thing?
Why, yes. Though, first, excuse me for 1 second. And Daedalus will reach into his clothes. And he does not pull out the sarcophagus. Instead, he pulls out a blue potion and immediately swigs it. At which point, he just literally looks at Carter and just goes, "You're not affiliated with this cult in any way, are you? I have detect thoughts up." I asked him a direct question, so it's at the foreground of his mind, so I don't need him to make a check to conceal it from me, because you can't lie without thinking about the truth. It's an actual physical impossibility.
Daedalus, what you get back is no.
He'll just turn to Morg. Same question.
Nothing out of Morg's mind.
Oh, you're shielded. That's concerning.
Daedalus, I am one of the head professors here at this entire facility. Of course my mind's shielded. Everyone who's smart would shield their minds.
I know, that's why I asked you to give me Intellect Fortress.
You watch as he slides over. And you'll notice what he does slide over. Let me take a look, just to make sure that I have everything. There it is. He slides you all 3 notes concerning your spells.
Thank you very much, Professor. Also, I'm just trying to take every precaution. We know at least someone has professor level clearance in this entire organization, and is currently trying not to make waves while they put plans into motion.
Well, completely understandable. But it's all fine. Carter here, and you watch as he points over to Carter. He's probably one of the closest confidants I'll ever have. In fact, I wouldn't trust him with anything else, but... So...
Daedalus will...
Anything happen?
Oh. Continue.
Did anything happen on your way? Any interactions? Any problems?
I saw one of them, but they didn't see me. I wasn't even trying to find them. Just small world on this big campus. Keeping to the shadows, reading a book, but it's still sunlight out. But I noticed they're wearing a ring, so I assume that's some kind of ring that would protect them against sunlight. I thought about possibly casting Dispel Magic on it, but considering that I might be the prime suspect, I didn't do it.
Kind of looks over to Carter, and Carter looks up and goes, "Ring of Anti-Radiance. More than likely. Those aren't uncommon. I mean, they do exist. It's only a couple 100 gold to make. Still. Carter, would you do me a favor? Yes. Make sure when you do your investigation, you know. Oh, yes, of course. I'll make sure to get that process immediately. And you watch as Carter kind of walks over to the door. And you watch as he lays a hand on it. And as he lifts his hand off, Daedalus, you will notice a glyph. Alright, we're clear. Excellent. Alright. So Daedalus, I'm not going to lie, we only have about 5 minutes for that glyph to keep going. The good news is, everything that's going off in here is completely unscribable, unknowable, so we can actually talk.
You'll just see Daedalus' entire posture just, like, completely slack. Like he has been a completely, like, stiff wire for the past 18 hours.
Don't worry, son. You're going to be fine.
Okay, alright. Delos will reach into his thing and pull out the sarcophagus. I still have no idea why he would give this to me.
That I don't know either. But the fact that you have it, and you watch as Moore kind of reaches a hand out to it, tells me that this, and he taps it, was at least in decent hands. Anyways, if you wouldn't mind. And it kind of just puts his hand out.
He will hand it to them.
Thank you. Alright. Have no worries. I'll make sure to keep this safe. In fact, I'll probably take it to the Order and make sure that they don't have a problem. We'll get her set up.
The Order?
Yes, the Watchers.
I knew it!
Well, I would assume, considering the fact that you were handed to this and you I mean, come on. If I know about this...
Sir, I learned about the Watchers 2 days ago, and in finding out about them is why I actually went to try to figure out what the sarcophagus was, which is the primary event that led to me running in to the cult. Ironically, the faith that he had in me put me in this danger, so I'm a little miffed.
You and me both. Then again, there's reasons why we don't talk about things. And it's also one of the big reasons as to why I'm temporarily going to be taking command of security around the entire campus. You'll be happy to know that, give it about a couple days, we should gather enough information. We'll be able to help do an expungement of certain problems, and from there we'll begin a raid operation upon their location. Does
Oh,
that...
Well, I actually had a very interesting idea about that, and also one that can be easily disavowed.
What's that?
Well, I might have been fiddling around with Perdix's ability to integrate into the school's security system, and might have discovered that he also has connections to things that are not technically school security, but are still on campus. Like the Dapplewing Manor.
Why would he have connections to the Dapplewing Manor? Also, why would you know he would have connections to the Dapplewing Manor?
Oh, I didn't. I was just checking. Remember, I don't sleep as... It's something I keep having to explain to people. I'm a drow. I only trance for 4 hours. I have a lot of time on my hands, and I have been running a mile a minute trying to think of every contingency.
Fair enough. Well, Daedalus, if you wouldn't mind, just... And Morg actually kneels down a little bit to meet you eye level. I'm going to ask you a very serious favor. No, unlike my colleague, it's not one that'll put you in immediate danger.
I worry about the fact you preface it with immediate.
Well, it's not going to put you in danger, so long as you don't go, looking for danger. You let us handle this. Alright?
Okay.
Thank you. Like I said, go about class. Nothing problem. Give us about a couple days. Alright?
Daedalus takes a deep breath and just goes, I understand. And he will clutch these spells and ink to his chest as he is just thinking about, I am going to put these into my book as soon as fucking possible.
And Daedalus, don't go running into things like this. I know this wasn't of your volition, I know this wasn't of your choice, but if you can take at least a precaution from me, stay away from Nylock. At least for a while. I would have words with him myself.
I will do my best. He is thinking to himself, I am also as close to Nylock as I can be because I have one of his scarabs embedded into my heart.
Thank you. That reminds me. How much time do we have left, Carter? 1 minute. Of course. Well, we'll wrap things up. Go ahead and do your thing. If you wouldn't mind, Daedalus, Professor Carter will escort you back to your room.
All right. Deus is immediately thinking this is the... I have gone to great lengths to avoid this, but all right.
It is with this. You will see Carter walk up to the glyph, tap it, and it disappears. You take care now, my dear boy. And Carter, yes, sir. Do keep watch, just in case. Of course. I'll just say I was a tutor. Of course. You remember what you will need to do. Of course, sir. I have all the information at my fingertips. Good. Alright, Mr. Vanderbilt. Oh, Vandeventer. Sorry.
Von de Vente.
Vandevente.
Yes, it's not read how it's
my-
spelled.
My memory is god awful. You take care. And do prepare for your exams. I look forward to seeing this. You will be escorted back to your room. You will not run into either Marcus or Anton. And you're just dropped off at your room. Professor Carter wishes you a farewell and tells you not to worry. The entire situation will be dealt with quite easily.
Well, thank you. You put my mind at ease.
Have no fear, Vandevente. Things are going to be a lot more easier. Especially now that we have this much information and these, well, undesirables kind of left their door open. You have a good night. And he just walks off.
Daedalus will close his door, lock it, immediately sit down, and in his head, Perdix will hear, I would like you to start connecting to as many Securitrons as you can. I like to have fail-safes.
Attempting to organize into how many?
Like I said, as many as you can.
Scanning. 20 Securitrons, localized nearby. Beginning process of hive mind networking.
Alright, make sure that they are aware of any of their targets, being at least the 3 of them, in case they try to adjust their movements. And also, make sure that every one of them is uploaded with the Perdix protocol.
Copy.
Also, see if you can't install the Perdix protocol, as well as some other commands, into the Construct Owlbear within the Dappling Manor. Operation Drop Bear should still be a good backup plan.
At once, sir.
And after that, he will just start trying to immediately get as many of these spells into his book as possible, probably starting with Intellect Fortress first.
Of course.
So that'll take 3... Well, actually, no, because he can do this, and it's a ritual. So he'll spend 10 minutes... Actually, no, I forgot. Terrific Transcriber, not a ritual. So he will burn a second-level spell slot, so that way he can get Terrific Transcriber to record Intellect Fortress in an hour and a half.
Of course. It will go through, and as far as the other spells, we can cover that in a little bit. But I'm gonna have to ask for everyone to do me a favor. I would like everyone to roll me, and we will go down the list. 5 intelligence checks. We'll start off with Daedalus.
Okie dokie. Not great.
The 619.
23, better.
Okay.
10. Yeesh, it's only heaven or hell for him. 14.
Alright. Salus. I would like 5 intelligence checks from you.
I would like to ask for a request on something.
Of course, please.
My Lorehold Primer lets me roll a d4 on, what is it? Intelligence, history, and intelligence religion checks. I was wondering if I could apply that to... I only get 3 charges of it, though, so I wonder if I could apply that to my 3 lowest rolls of this.
Of course. I would not mind.
Okay, so intelligence. 20. Natural 20 for 21. 19. 17. 3.
Do you
So,
want to pick that one? Or are you just gonna be like, yeah, fuck it?
I mean, I guess I might as well. I'll just roll for the last, 3. I'll just roll 3d4 and apply it to the last 3.
Of course.
Oops, that's 4d4.
411.
Yeah.
Okay. So that'll make it a 20. Okay, not bad. Alright. Goldblum. Would I be able to get you to do 5 intelligence checks?
My modifier is 0, so just look at each roll. Die.
Oh god.
Those are 2 1s. Great. Fantastic.
Alright.
Bark, bark, bark.
And there. May I get you to roll 5?
Are these rolls guidanceable?
Yeah, you can get these guidanceable.
Okay. And then 11, 25, 22, 20, 19.
Okay. I will do Belky's. As unfortunately Belky needs rest. Okay, Belky first. Let me bring up their sheet.
Oh, I was just gonna be like shadowing Daedalus and like that kind of thing.
No, I understand. This is for, and I will explain this in just a little bit. If I would just like you to roll me 5 intelligence checks.
Oh. Oh no. Okay. Why did it get rid of my character sheet? It closed it on me. Why would you do that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Damn, 3 10s.
Wow, I am not very smart.
Eh,
You
it's
still-
mid.
You still rolled better on average than the wizard.
Finally, I would like Iapetus to roll me 5 intelligence checks.
So that's 112, a natural 1 with a 6, 20, 22, and 19.
Not bad. Now, I shall explain to you all why I wanted you to roll these intelligence checks. For the 5 checks, each check represents a day. You will all go 5 days of normal actions, no problems whatsoever. And it is with this we will come up onto the 6th day. You all wake up after the past 5 days of peace. And you'll notice, even in the early morning, where the sun's just barely rising up, you'll notice some flashing lights, red and blue,
Wee woo, wee woo.
without the wee woos. And there are students outside, currently being escorted by these Securitrons.
Does Daedalus recognize any of them from his window?
They're just Securitrons.
Well, you said that they were escorting students.
Oh, the students. Not necessarily. They're just general students. But you'll notice that anyone who's in the higher dormitories, you'll notice that there's a greater concentration of the lights over by a dormitory that's approximately 8 blocks away, where there's a ton of Securitrons forming a security wall.
Daedalus is going to throw on his clothes and head towards that wall as fast as his legs will carry him.
Alrighty. Does anyone else plan on going out and investigating?
Investigating the wall?
Investigating the Congregation of Lights.
Ah.
Sure.
Yes.
I will after I prepare my spells.
I am cool with investigating. I do have a question.
Mm-hmm.
Was I just able to buy the spell?
The spell? Yes. There was no problem with that.
Okay, and that was 350 gold, right? Just making sure I subtracted.
Correct.
Alrighty. Coolsies.
You're
Do I need
correct.
to roll anything for her trying to copy it over those 5 days?
I would say, considering how high your intelligence checks were and everything else, say for the one, I'd say you got it. The only one that you kind of had a blunder on was the second day, where I would say it kind of took you twice as long.
Okay. Thank you. I will mark that down appropriately.
No problem. So I have Daedalus, I have Iapetus. Anyone else?
Sal's will take a look.
Salus.
Why not?
I'm going.
Alright. You all will get up to the wall. You'll notice there is a cart that happens to be outside of this dormitory, showcasing a Medicae symbol. You will also notice that the Securitron walls are very well close knit to one another to try to prevent anyone from being able to look past them.
Funny story about that.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
You wish
first
to
of all,
look through?
well, yeah, here's the thing. I would assume that Daedalus recognizes this particular block.
Roll me a history with advantage.
Oh boy. Do-do-do-do. 18.
Yes, you do. This is the apartment. Not the apartment. This is the dormitory complex of one Mr. Sweet.
Well then, just past and as close to the door to that area as possible, clairvoyance.
Bring up clairvoyance.
Right there on the
Let's
side.
take a look. Okay, the sensor remains in place. When you cast a spell, you can choose seeing or hearing. Which one are you choosing?
He will take hearing.
You will hear the sound of smaller cartwheels rolling, footsteps going, a couple Securitrons whirring, and the sound of what is you hear as kind of like sizzling.
He will keep it up and occasionally move along the line, trying to get, without like getting within range where the Securitrons will say anything to him. He'll just keep trying to move along because I believe he can move the sensor.
Okay. I'm going to say this. You will... Roll me a perception check.
Okay.
The sensor will be using your perception check.
Do. I don't hear shit.
It's hard to hear with the whirring and stuff going off and the wheels. The sizzling, it was very faint. Does anyone want to try to get a look?
Sure. What do I roll?
If you all want to try to get a look, I would need you all to try to find me a place that you can look in on. So for that, I'd say perception first for anyone that wants to get a line of sight area.
What time of day is it? In the morning?
Yes, early morning.
How many people are out here by any chance?
A couple, and it is a mixture of students and staff.
Would I have time to summon a familiar? With my
Yeah,
orders?
you'd probably have enough time.
As an action, I'll summon a hawk, which has advantage on perception. Now I have to look up hawk.
Oh shit, I got a 24 on that perception. God damn.
I got an
Nope.
18.
Alright, we'll start with the
22.
lower perceptions. Daedalus, that's secondary no, I was about to say. Okay, so Belkeep, we'll start with your perception.
Okay.
It's, for you, you kind of can't really find a place to get through to look. So you're like, damn it. Salus, Ender, Iepetus, Daedalus. You all start to think, higher ground, duh. Just go into one of the stairwells to look in. As far as you go, Bloom, you, through your hawk eyes, you see 3 small rectangular table carts being wheeled out to this massive cart. Each one covered with this ashy gray sheet. For those of you that had higher perceptions and managed to go up, I will say this. Roll me another perception. Daedalus, Iepetus, Salus, and Ender.
That's a 12.
11.
17. Daedalus has stopped concentrating on clairvoyance and is now just trying to make sure that those are the bodies he needs them to be.
10. Damn.
You all will see 3 carts being wheeled off by what appears to be some individuals that happen to have some Medicaid symbolism on their cloaks. Whatever they're wheeling off, you can't really tell. You can definitely see some figure form underneath each of the cloths. But I will give this all to you. You will also happen to notice a man in a white suit with blonde hair, short cut, a black tie, purple and white striped dress shirt underneath.
Milu.
Daedalus,
Yes?
you recognize this individual as Dion Carter.
Oh yes, and Daedalus is making a beeline back down these stairs like he is putting his little wizard legs to the test today. He'll just be like, Professor Carter, are you okay?
Hmm? He's looking around. In fact, let me roll for his perception. High perception. He kind of goes over where the sound's coming from. Securitrons, move. And two of the Securitrons move a little bit, just enough for him to poke out, and goes, "Who said my name?"
Daedalus will be running up, waving his arm.
Mr. Von Devente.
Yes,
You
hi.
should-
And he'll get close enough. He'll start by going like, I saw all the troll all the way from the dorms over there. And when I saw you from a higher vantage, I worried the most. And once he gets within like a range where not many people can hear, he'll be going, "Is that all of them?"
I'm going to need to ask that you roll a sleight of hand to be as quiet.
16.
Light of mouth.
Let me roll for him. Damn, Carter, you're on a fucking roll. 3 smoked salmon.
Daedalus is going to immediately reach out, grab his hand, start shaking it vigorously. Just be like, I owe you not just my life, but the lives of all of my friends and one of my family.
Oh, don't worry about it. And he kind of just puts another hand on yours and he goes, "You've already helped us out in an immense way. Feel free to just continue on your studies and, you know, kind of taps his nose. And keep the nose clean. Now, if you excuse me, I have to escort our dear friends with the Medicaid team off to the lower levels of the Medicaid. Unfortunately, an accident occurred and it costed the life of 3 students who were experimenting with alchemical supplies. Dangerous stuff, you know.
Oh yes, I've already spent time in the labs. It's a dangerous place.
Exactly. Fire burns. It's a tool, but it's a dangerous one to wield.
I will take this lesson to heart, and Daedalus will walk away and then start beelining it back to Iapetus's room.
Alrighty. Actually, wait a minute. I feel like you would run into your sister.
Yeah, I know, but he didn't know that if she's awake or saw it or anything. Like, he was completely laser focused, wanting to know, is the danger over? And now he's completely laser focused, I need to find my sister.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna say if you're beelining it straight to your sister's room, no problem. I'm going to ask Iapetus to kind of roll. What's your passive perception, Iapetus?
I believe it is either 14 or 15. Let me double check. 15.
Iapetus, you see your brother starting to run past. Like, as you're looking down from one of the higher up areas.
Then she would have followed as covertly as her little wizard form would allow. Not the sneakiest person. Like, yeah. If she saw any of the others, she'd kind of like make eye contact
Yeah,
like,
it's not
point.
hard for you. You kind of were like, you know, the highest of the scores. The rest of you, you do see Iapetus.
Kind of see her acknowledge you guys, and then look towards her brother, and she's gonna go off to follow him because she doesn't know what's going on.
Salus would keep his distance but follow.
All right. And as for the rest of you, what all do you plan on doing?
Sorry, I'm not
You're
all
fine,
there
you're
right
fine.
now because I've got a bit of a headache.
You're fine.
I'll just follow along with the group, I think.
Okie dokie.
Follow the pack.
Okay. And there?
Same, just keep the distance. Follow in the disguise of a black-skinned tiefling, bright blonde hair.
Mm-hmm.
He's just gonna follow after the group, keeping a distance, just moseying on, going on, seeming to go on about his business.
Notices Lucy go up to the person in the white suit. She's definitely not going to approach him then, and she'll definitely continue to keep her distance.
I will say a few minutes, at least 10 minutes have passed. Daedalus, you get to your sister's room.
Daedalus is just beating on the door, like, is beyond Daedalus' social interaction. This is like frantic. Tussie, I need to talk. Tussie. Like, if people were already awakened by, like, everything going on outside, he would have everyone in the hall, like, just glaring at him.
One person actually comes out and screams, "Shut the fuck up! I'm trying to sleep!"
Daedalus immediately turns to him and mind slivers him.
Dude, go back here.
You mind sliver us! Roll me a mind sliver.
At least, like, God, the lethality.
Roll
We're
me a
not even
mind
at a
sliver.
sporting event. God damn.
Also,
At least you didn't start
okay,
the right.
so he's gotta beat a DC 15, yeah?
Yeah.
I'm just using the base student stat block.
He's at a magical school. If he can't survive a cantrip, he's not going to live here long.
He kind of just grips his hand and goes, "Ah, fuck, dude, what the shit?"
This is an emergency. Go back to sleep.
I'm trying.
Daedalus, you begin to smell some rancid odor coming off of you, as this man just basically prestidigitated the most rancid smell on you.
Oh, a distance. Impressive.
Daedalus does not give a shit. He is glaring at this guy before he goes back to banging on Iapsis' door. I guess that gives them enough time to catch up.
Oh yeah, more than enough time.
As you were banging on the door, she probably was just coming up the hall slowly and watched this whole thing unfold.
And again, you'll just hear him just like calling for you.
You'll just hear a whistle, then just a... Lucy!
The second that happens and he sees you, he is running full speed, tackling and burying his head into his chest, crying.
Aww.
Aw. She gonna hug him real close and like pat his hair and like ruffle, not in like a condescending manner, but just like, hey. Hey there, bro. Hey, it's okay. It's okay.
Yeah, he is
I'm
openly
right here.
weeping, trying to articulate words. All you just keep hearing is that I was so scared. I wouldn't let anything happen to you, just over and over. Like, I'm not,
Oh.
I am not an actor, so I'm not going to try to do all of this.
Shh. Lucy, it's okay. I got you. And she's gonna like hold him until he stops shaking a little bit. She'll use like the edge of her sleeve or something to like wipe off his face and like walk him towards her room.
He will follow.
Hey, come here. It's okay. All right, like, and she'll sit him down. You're okay. You're all right. I missed you too. I'm glad you're okay.
This last week has been one of the hardest things of my life.
So what happened? Why are you I guess it's okay for you. It's safe for you to talk to me now?
Oh yes, the vampires are dead.
I'm sorry, the vampires?
Oh yes, Mr. Sweet, Marcus, Antoine, they were all vampires. Also, I'm pretty sure Mr. Sweet was also a spellcaster, but not a very good one. He was only about my level.
And you're sure they're dead? I saw the dude in the white suit. I didn't want to interrupt. I didn't know what was going on.
That was an associate of Professor Morg. Yes, they're very dead, though they were already dead to begin with, so it wasn't murder, so I don't really feel bad about wishing for it.
She's gonna smile at that small bit of malice that he shows, like, huh, he does have it in him. Them aside, I'm honestly glad you're alright. You have no idea the things I was willing to do, and everyone else was worried sick.
Oh, I think I was possibly in the least danger of all. Also, I have a lot of new friends. Thanks to the 20-plus reprogrammed Securitrons that now, if any of his friends are in danger, can be repurposed to save them.
Friends? Two things to note so you don't freak out. One, who is Perdix? Two, you probably didn't notice this, but we were concerned about you as well, so do not attack or destroy the adorable little bat that's in your room.
Frost, did I ever notice the bat in the room? That's a good question.
No, you didn't, because I rolled for that, and that motherfucker had a natural 20 on his goddamn stealth roll.
Oh, bad you go.
Well,
I was
Why did you
actually
tell
shocked.
him?
well, it's a good thing
No one asked.
it's a good thing you told me about it now, because if I had walked into my room and saw anything bat-shaped, I would have tried to destroy it.
Well, unfortunately, your letter didn't actually denote what these three characters were, so I wouldn't have known.
Yeah,
But we wanted to at least be able to keep an eye on you or your room, because it seemed like you weren't okay or you weren't safe, and all the bat was supposed to do is make sure you were okay.
well, I'm under a lot of, for lack of a better term, non-disclosure agreements. Speaking of which, one second, and he'll hold up, and he will look up at the ceiling for a second, as in his head he'll go, Perdix, am I able to tell her about you now?
She's gonna ceiling,
Preferably,
Lucy. I'm right here.
No.
Also, you just need to know Perdix is a friend. A very special, very close friend.
Yeah, must be pretty special if I'm supposed to yell its name to a Securitron, Lucy.
It was the best way to make things easier. Also, it's only 2 syllables, so it'd be easy for the Securitrons to understand and for you to utter in the worst-case scenarios.
Hey. Feel like I'm not gonna get any more information about that for a while, so I'm gonna leave that alone for now. And she just like puts her hands on his shoulder. I'm just glad you're okay.
And Dalos just again pulls her into a hug. Oh, I am so glad. I never want to have to lie to you again. Though right now I'm having to omit a bunch of things because I physically can't tell you.
I'm somewhat okay, Lucy, with omitting things as long as it doesn't get you in any further trouble. Is there anything else pertinent though that I should know in regards to this situation? Because like were those vampires the related to the fuckers from the fountain?
Looks up again. Can I at least acknowledge their connection?
She's going to like look at him. I don't know why you keep looking up. I am right here. God damn it, it's been 6 days. I can at least get this answer.
Knowledge concerning of this underground cult is preferably wanting to be kept tight-lipped. You can say no.
He'll look back to her. No. Also, this should not actually break any kind of my non-disclosures. I now have a voice in my head that I have to occasionally ask questions with my mind. And no, not in the crazy way. It's an actual physical person's voice.
It's fine. I wasn't gonna assume that it was you losing it. All right then. Is it? No, never mind. You probably can't answer that one either. Okay. So then, vampires weren't related to the cultists at the fountain. Cultists at the fountain then still have some shit afoot that we don't know about. You know what? I'm gonna stick a pin in that. My brother is alive. This is fine. Oh, so we can prevent this shit in the future. Give me your spell book.
He'll like, wow, this is a refreshing change of pace, considering how many times he's had to give you spells.
And like while they're catching up and he's explaining what happened, she will try to start at least working on copying sending into a spell book. And she's copying it from her book because, if I understand correctly, once she tries to copy it from the scroll, it disappears from the scroll. If I read the instructions right.
Yeah, the scroll.
Okay.
Once you transfer from a scroll to a book.
So yeah, she's basically copying from her book into his now.
Oh, I also picked up a few spells. You might want to check them out.
Oh?
I actually got Professor Morg to pay for them.
So then, yeah, post-game, Vaughn, I got a lot of stuff I need to get from you.
I mean, yeah, we kind of hit the jackpot in the fact that a teacher was putting me in heavy danger, so yes, I milked him for 2 third levels and a 2nd level spell.
As you damn well should.
I will say with this, I believe we can conclude tonight's episode with much needed rejoicing, celebration, and of course, a brighter new day ahead. So,
Hooray!
yeah, congratulations! You all managed to get a problem dealt with.
We hope.
I still have
They
Operation...
are vampires.
I still have Operation Drop Bear in
Yeah.
my back pocket, and all I need to do to make it work is have one of my reprogrammed Securitrons bust the front door of Dapplewing Manor to make it look like someone walked in and stole it, instead of it walked out on its own.
Well, remember, there were 3 burnt corpses in that fucking cart.
Oh. Well, there were 3 burnt corpses, and I would hope that considering I gave all of the information, including names and descriptions, to Morg, that Dion would know what the actual people who need to die were. If not, then if I ever see Mr. Sweet again and it's daytime, I'm immediately casting Dispel Magic.
Oh, good, Matt. Oh, good.
I don't know. Didn't see them. I'm going to assume the problem is dealt with, but I am wary as fuck.
All good. Anyways, I believe it's about time to go down the horn and go off with our outros. Yes?
Yee.
Who would like to start off? Let's have Zai start off with this one.
I'm Zai. You can catch me at twitch.tv/Zymusite. And you can also find me over on Twitter at Zyminus. I'm doing streams throughout the week. A lot of Street Fighter 6, a lot of Resident Evil 4 just finished up. Gotta figure out what to play next Friday. That's me. Krista, you should go so that you can go get slept.
Aw, thank you guys. Hey, I'm Spoiled Chestnut, also known as Krista. I played Belky Cursed. I am retiring early due to headache, but you can hear me chattering in the background of JFrost streams. I don't really stream very much myself, and you can find me here every other Saturday. Bob, go.
You can find me on Twitch, Twitter, and YouTube at ShadowDancerBob. Doing a one-shot sometime this week. CG, where can people not find you?
They cannot find me on Twitter because I'm not there. You can, however, find me on twitch.tv/fartingtart, where we do our War of the Shattered Sun every Sunday. Very good stream. Not this Sunday due to IRL stuff, but is good stream. Be sure to tune in. Wiley.
Oh, you can find me at XWileyWilly on Twitch and Twitter. I usually play randomizers on Mondays. But on Tuesdays, I normally would be on Farting Tart's channel, except we're on a short hiatus for now. Soon, we'll be back. And that, I got music on YouTube and Ko-Fi at Wiley Willy. JFrost, where can we find you?
You can find me on Twitch and Twitter at jfrost747.com. .com. Yeah, wow, fuck, my brain. jfrost747. My fucking brain is dead today. But, yeah, congratulations. Y'all got some good shit done. Other than that, as stated before, streams are sporadic. Getting married in a couple weeks. And expect some more fun off of games like Skyrim, Valheim. And within a few months' time, probably a little bit of Baldur's Gate 3. Because, oh man. Oh man. But yeah, that's it. Who hasn't gone?
That'd be me, so I can wrap this up. You've already found me here at twitch.tv/BurnoutVaughn. You can find me on YouTube and Twitter at BurnoutVaughn, where possibly the only other thing I'm doing this week will be finishing Neon White with Citric and Wiley, if we can make sure all our schedules line up. Otherwise, stay tuned. There will be some more D&D stuff down the pipeline that I will announce as we get closer to the time. But with that in mind, I think it's time to find somebody to raid, and I know exactly who we will raid if they're still up. And I am checking. Yes, they are. So there are some people doing a subathon for a very important moving IRL situation. So we're going to send you on over to there. We're going to raid one Mark Allen Jr., a.k.a. Aeon Protect Gaming, over on their channel, where them and Azul J...
LJ.
Yeah. They are currently running, and considering that both have helped out friends of our channel with their own projects and are just, in general, incredibly good people, let's head on over there. And why don't we just say, Saved by the Spell Love. That'll be our raid message. So, want to thank all of y'all for coming out. We will see you again in 2 weeks, where hopefully things will be less on fire and the worst thing we had to do is take a test. But thank you all for coming out. Bye-bye!
Bye, Jen.
Bye.
Adios.